From the Auburn Sports Network and Play Fly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
It comes down to the rubber game of the series. Auburn won on opening night 6-5. Mississippi State held on for a 12-7 win last night. The Tigers haven't lost a home series this season. To keep that streak alive, Auburn looks to a new starting pitcher to get them into the game today. Good afternoon, and War Eagle from Plainsman Park. With Brad Law, I'm Andy Bertram. Auburn trailed 10-1 in the fourth inning yesterday. Cade Fisher was wrapped up in one inning of work, surrendering a pair of two-run homers. Auburn hit 4 home runs yesterday. They were all solo shots, yet Auburn had the tying run at the plate in the 8th inning. Mississippi State pounded out 14 hits last night. Garrick Fry and Sawyer Reeves had 3 hits apiece. Evan Sierra pitched 6 strong innings, and Luke Dotson struck out the side in the 9th. Auburn goes with sophomore right-hander Cam Tilley. The Newcastle, Indiana native is making his first collegiate start today. He's 2-1 with a 3.38 earned run average. State counters with senior right-hander Carson Ligdon. He is 4-4 with an ERA of 5.63. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all. Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legend, the places, the faces, and moments. And he's going for it. It's a touchdown! We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with our exclusive pregame conversation with head coach Butch Thompson.
Number one strength wound up showing up, and they're a high swing playing team and can get anybody's fastball up, and you got to be able to get beneath the zone. Game one, we were 69.47% strikes. Yesterday, we were at 59.02. It's amazing what those 10% will make a difference in a ball game. Yesterday, it put them into advantage counts. And I just, our pitchers have to own it. We got behind in the count, and they just kind of, instead of pitching and trying to get something over to take the sting out of those guys' swing, kept giving them fastball, and there was too many pitches up out over the middle of the plate, and they made us pay for it. They swung early. Then they had the big 4-run first inning, and then 6 runs hit. 457, I think, the first 4 innings, and 147 the last 5. But we have to own it in there. I thought when we got behind, it didn't throw as many strikes. We just, wound up giving too many hittable pitches. So the preparation from game one and the execution showed that you got a good plan. So personally, I think we're all disappointed, but you keep playing the game, and I thought there in the 8th inning with the bases loaded, I mean, one more, and that would have become very possible for us to come in there. So that's how engaged I think all our guys stayed. But, love these guys, love this team. But it's not just always execution. I thought our mental awareness in the ball game was poor yesterday. And again, you can't have it this time of the year, and everybody's got to be playing good baseball. It's easy to lose. It's hard to win in this league, but that's what makes it so special. So hopefully we can own it on the mound today, take this thing out of their swing, get the counts, not give in, and give them that is such a strength of their ball club that we have to be able to limit that and take this thing out of their swing if we want to win this series.
Cam Tilley, the starting pitcher for the Tigers today.
Yeah, I think that's the most dominant guy we have left. We've tried some of the young guys who we absolutely believe in, who both could be in the ball game today to help us win a series. I'm trying to think for my baseball team and for all these fans that are going to show up, who do they think could give us the best shot today to get off to that good start and own it right out the gate, making good decisions. And I think it's Cam. He had his first save of the year on Tuesday, and I think for a long time he's been wanting this opportunity. So I think our team and Cam, hopefully they'll take full advantage.
How do you look at this start for him today? Is it a pitch count, or is it effective, or how do you look at it today?
Yeah, I don't think it's like and I try not to overdo the pitch count thing. I know he's run up to 65 pitches or so this season. So I think if we're saying 6 complete or getting into the 7th, I don't think that's realistic. But to me, to think that he could go through this lineup twice and get us 4 2/3 innings or something like that and be really good, man, I'd want that. But I think to own it today, what I'm asking to do is go out here and get out of the first and get us off to a good start. Right. I think the team that does that is got a chance.
Alvarez has been your Sunday starter or your game 3 starter of late. Is he available to you coming out of the pen today?
100%. I think I'd love to get to Hetzler in the ball game. I'd love to get late. So I think it's Tilley to Hetzler, and Myers can come back and help us a little bit. Alvarez, Watts, all those guys are still available. So I think we're in good shape if we can get to the right people and be able to, shut these innings down. I think of that 4-run or the 6-run 4th yesterday. We brought guys in and got behind in the count again and still had a chance. 5-1, 6-1, you're still in a ball game, in a college baseball game. But we just the 2-1 counts, the 2-0 counts, the 3-1 counts, and giving that fastball up right there. That's a lot of our conversations this morning of know who they are, know their strengths are, and just we got to absolutely be on our game today.
You're down 10-1 at one point and had a tying run at the plate in the 8th inning yesterday.
Yeah, and that's the point. You just absolutely got to figure out how to get out of this thing. The resilience of the ball club, none of that's an issue. But to win in this league and to win and do what we got to do these after today, the last 3 weeks, man, you got to execute, and that's what I'm saying. It's easy to lose. You don't have to do much. But it's hard to win. You got to play good baseball, and that's what I love about this league.
The importance of a game 3 rubber game and at home with this big Auburn crowd here today.
Yep, they absolutely make a difference, and it's a beautiful day. And you'll have 2 series on the road and 1 series at home the rest of the way. Right. So we got 4 more of these SEC opportunities at home, and today's one of those. So we got to make the most.
Wish you all the best today, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn Baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on.
At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We will start with Mississippi State. The Bulldogs are 25-18 overall, 7-13 in SEC play. The top four in their lineup hitting .319 or better. As a team, the Bulldogs are hitting .285 in conference games. Garrick Fry, the left fielder, is the leadoff man. Batting second and playing short is Sawyer Reeves. Ace Reese hits and plays third. Noah Sullivan, the designated hitter, is the cleanup hitter. Hunter Hines at first base, bats fifth. Hitting sixth in center field, it's Bryce Chance. Dylan Cupp gets the call at second base, a first-time starter on the weekend. He'll bat seventh. Ross Highfill starts the second straight game in right field. He will bat eighth. And batting ninth and catching, Joe Powell. Again, for Mississippi State, it's Fry, Reeves, Reese, Sullivan, Hines, Chance, Cupp, Highfill, and Powell. For the Auburn Tigers, Butch Thompson's club, 29-14 overall, 10-10 in conference play. And here's what his lineup looks like for the rubber game. Second baseman Chris Rimbert, still at the top of the order. Batting second and playing left field, it's Bub Terrell. Hitting third and right is Ike Irish. The cleanup man is the first baseman, Cooper McMurray. Eric Guevara plays third base and hits fifth. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Lucas Steele. Good to see Cade Ballou back in the lineup, healthy enough to start for the Tigers in center field. He'll bat seventh today. Chase Fralick, the catcher, bats eighth. And Derek Fabian, who has hits in each of the first two games of the series, plays short and bats ninth. Again, for the Tigers, it's Rimbert, Terrell, Irish, McMurray, Guevara, Steele, Ballou, Fralick, Fabian. Beautiful day for baseball. Blue skies, white clouds, a warm day, and we're just about set to get this rubber game underway. Auburn's Cam Tilley will throw the first pitch after we set the defensive alignment. We're ready for baseball after one more pregame timeout. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
The tradition, the rivalry. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Former Auburn quarterback, former assistant coach, Larry Blakeney. Your name is now part of the field at Troy.
Yes, sir.
You look back, that's a Hall of Fame career for you,
yes,
Larry.
I appreciate it, man. I don't know how all that happened, but we enjoyed it. I think that's how you get to be whatever. You know, you go about your daily task and you feel good about what you're doing and who you're working for and who you're working with. And, of course, Jack Hawkins, the president, Johnny Williams, my AD, and others, certainly assistant coaches and players, made a lot of difference in my life.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the number one selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. And by Cook's Pest Control, keeping your home and business safe from pests and termites since 1928.
The Tigers have taken the field behind Cam Tilley. Here's what Auburn looks like defensively. Bub Terrell in left, Cade Ballou in center, and Ike Irish in right. On the infield, first to third, Cooper McMurray, Chris Rembert, Derek Fabian, Eric Guevara, Chase Freilich behind the plate, and Cam Tilley set to make his first college start. 6'2", 207, sophomore right-hander from Castle High in Newburgh, Indiana. He is 2-1 in 12 relief outings this year, an earned run average just a tick over 4 1/4, 25 1/3 innings, 13 hits, 13 runs, 12 of them earned. He has walked 13, struck out 36, and opposition batting 151 against Cam Tilley. 6 of his 11 appearances have been 2 1/3 or more, and the Tigers are looking certainly for more out of their starter today. An exciting opportunity for the right-hander, Cam Tilley. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
All right, great to report. I'm in the Children of Alabama Football Kid up in the game in this game. You got to give it up. She hit a home run.
Really important game today. You heard Butch Thompson say it. 4 home games remain. 2 road series, 1 home series after today with a win. Auburn back over 500 in conference play with 9 games to go. Just a really, really important game here, and we're glad that you've joined us for it, however and wherever you're listening this afternoon. Fry, Reeves, and Reese ready to come to the plate in the first inning against Cam Tilley, and we are excited to turn it over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, to get you going on a Sunday.
Thank you, Bradford. First inning and first pitch weather forecast brought to you by Blue Moon. When you choose Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. Every sip of their Belgian-style wheat ale crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. Plus, try the new Blue Moon Light, Blue Moon non-alcoholic. Check your local store for Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 83 degrees at game time, wind out of the north, the northwest at 2 miles an hour. Partly cloudy skies overhead. Tilley winds and fires, and the first pitch is in there for a strike at 86 miles an hour. Michael Carroll behind the plate. Michael Phillips at first, Jeremy Dupree at second, Eddie Newsom at third. Fry 4 for 11 on the weekend, chops it to the left side, 2 hops to Fabian, charges, fields, and throws. In time for the out. That's the way game 3 begins.
You get 26 more of them just like that. That'd
Sure.
be just fine.
We'd love to.
Today. 2 pitches, both of them breaking balls. Fry swung over the top, and Fry is a guy who's lifted everything this weekend. That time he hits one on the ground. Auburn, you got to stay away from throwing this team high fastballs. They feast on them.
Longest outings of the season for Tilley, 3 2/3 in back-to-back outings at Kentucky and Georgia. And the pitch to Reeves misses a little bit outside. His longest career outing, 4 innings last year on March 3rd against UConn. He picked up the victory that day. 1-0 pitch to Sawyer Reeves. There's a strike, a ball, and a strike. Reeves 3-11 or 3-4-11 this weekend. 2 runs scored and a run batted in. He's hitting .319, couple homers and 12 runs batted in. Pitch off the end of the bat, foul. A ball and 2 strikes.
These state hitters keep sitting fastball. They keep waiting on him to throw one, and he hadn't done it yet.
It paid off in the first inning yesterday.
Yeah.
4 runs on 4 hits, 2 2-run homers. The state jumped out to a lead that it never relinquished, winning 12-7. 1-2 pitch to Reeves. Fastball, 95, missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Two. This low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Let me make one correction. His back-to-back 3 2/3 innings outings this year, the longest of the season thus far, at Georgia and home against Alabama. 3-2 pitch to Reeves. Here it is. Fly ball into right center field. Long run for Irish. At the wall, and Ballou runs it down in front of the East Alabama Health side. Good to see Cade back in the lineup for Auburn today. Out of the lineup yesterday. He checked the swing on Friday and felt something in that, I believe, his right hand, and went through batting practice today. The last swing I saw him take, he hit one about 400 feet over the bullpen and right, and I guess they said, okay, you're in the lineup.
Well, that was something to watch, him go all the way over. How far is that?
A long way.
Yeah.
2 down, and here's Ace Reese. First pitch, fastball, the changeup upstairs. Reese is 4 for 9 this weekend. 3 runs scored, 3 runs batted in with a home run. 1-0 pitch. Drops in for a strike.
Go back to Ballou running. Those were the longest strides. I mean, he looked like he was just out for a very slow jog, but he was covering a ton of ground.
1-1 pitch to Reese. Chopped it foul. Both he and Terrell, Auburn's left fielder, those are 2 guys. They're big guys.
Yeah.
And they run very, very well. It doesn't look like they're running well, but they are.
Yeah.
Long strides. A ball and 2 strikes to Reese. The pitch on the way. He goes the other way and lifts it up and out of play. Beyond the Tiger Terrace. Reese, 14 homers, 51 runs batted in. That's tops on this Mississippi State squad. Hitting .339. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Cam Tilley, the starter for Auburn today. The wind and the 1-2 to Reese. Missed inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Maybe only the second fastball Cam has thrown in this first inning, and it was darn sure going to be down and in.
Leave a fastball up against this ball club, you're in trouble. 2-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Foul tip into the glove of Freilich, and the inning comes to a close on the first strikeout for Cam Tilley. Cake Header, presented by Kia of Auburn Ware. You're always number 1. 3 up, 3 down for State in the top of the first. Auburn comes to the plate, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the Talking Tigers podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. The Talking Tigers podcast is a series of one-on-one interviews hosted by the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. Each week, Andy is joined by a featured guest with Auburn ties from athletics, entertainment, and other walks of life. Past legends and present trailblazers, insightful and entertaining. It's the Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts today.
Recognized by Newsweek as one of America's best maternity care hospitals, East Alabama Health provides comprehensive treatment for mothers and babies throughout Auburn, Opelika, and the East Alabama region. And starting with the 2024 football season, we're pleased to partner with Auburn Athletics to provide a special Aubie blanket to each baby born at our hospital through a program we call Tiger Tots. For all your maternity care needs, trust the experts at East Alabama Health.
Three up, 3 down for the Bulldog Bats in the top of the first. Auburn gets a chance to try to get some early offense against Carson Ligon. Defensively behind him, they've got Garrick Fry in left, Bryce Chance in center, Ross Highfill in right field. On the infield, at the corners, it's Ace Reese at third, Hunter Hines at first, and up the middle, Sawyer Reeves at short, Dylan Cupp at second base. The catcher for all 3 games this weekend has been and is Joe Powell. Now Ligon, transfer from Miami. Former Hurricane, turned Bulldog, 6'2", 205 from Sarasota, Florida, and Riverview High School originally. For the year, Ligon is 4-4 in 10 starts, a 5.63 earned run average. 38 in the third innings, 37 hits, 28 runs, 24 of them earned, 14 walks, 47 strikeouts. He's hit 7 batters, thrown 5 wild pitches in those 38 in the third innings, and teams are hitting .252 against Carson Ligon. In SEC play, Ligon is 2-3 with an earned run average just over 7. He's given up 5 doubles, 5 homers. SEC batters are hitting .269 against Ligon, the right-hander.
His one outing I'm sure he'd love to have back was at LSU. He went 3 innings, went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 8 runs on 7 hits that day. Since then, 6 innings against South Carolina, 4 at Alabama, and 5 last weekend in a win against Florida. Rembert leads off the first and takes a fastball upstairs for ball one. Ligon, a 4-pitch guy, according to the scouting report. Fastball, slider, change, and a curve. Primarily fastball change. 1-0. Rembert to the third baseman. Off of his glove. Rembert's going to be safe at first.
Right in between Reese and Reeves. Reese going to his left, Reeves going to his right. The third baseman, Reese, got a glove on it, but couldn't get it all the way in the glove and therefore had no play. It rolled on ahead of him.
So Rembert at first. It is ruled a single for Chris, his 6th hit of the weekend. 4 for 4 in Auburn's win on Friday. And here's Bub Terrell, 1 for 5 on the weekend. Stretch in the pitch. Bub takes it outside for ball one.
Pretty good lead for Rembert over at first base, too.
Chris 4 for 7 this season in stolen bases. Auburn hasn't done a lot of running this weekend.
Teams are 22 of 25 against Powell in league play.
The 1-0. Terrell takes a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ligon's numbers really interesting. He had the bad outing against LSU. Followed it up with 10 innings without giving up an earned run.
A ball and a strike to Terrell. Here comes the pitch. Bub swings and lifts it up and out of play off the left side.
And then last week came out and in 5 innings gave up 5 runs on 8 hits, including a couple of home runs. So it's been very hot or very cold.
That was Mississippi State's lone win last weekend against Florida. A ball and 2 strikes to Terrell. Throw to first. Rembert is back with the tag by Hunter Hines. Bub batting .291, 4 homers, and 23 runs batted in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. State thought it had a strikeout.
Sure did. That's a tough take. Off a changeup, outer, just off the outside corner.
Rembert at first, an infield single. Excuse me, Brad.
You're good. We've seen Bub evaluate the strike zone pretty well overall.
2-2. Foul tip on a pitch that was down in the strike zone. Bub stays alive. Lots of lefties in the lineup for Auburn. Auburn has a lot of lefties to choose from, but especially with the right-hander Ligon on the hill for State today on a beautiful day for baseball. It's a warm one. Rembert with the lead at first. Now the 2-2 pitch again to Terrell. Excuse me. Throw to first, runner back.
Yeah, this is that time of year where the smell of the grill starts to mix with a little sunscreen. It's wonderful.
Kind of a pina colada.
Something like that, yeah.
2-2. Terrell lifts one into left. Fry near the line, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And that brings Ike Irish to the plate.
A lot of slider and changeup in that sequence. Not much fastball. Lefties hitting .275 against Ligon. Right-handers .264. Not a ton of difference at this point in the season.
Irish hitting .338 this season. Leads Auburn with 11 homers. Second on the ball club with 36 runs batted in. He is 1 for 9 this weekend. Stretching the pitch. Curveball, then there for a strike. That's the first curve we have seen. And with the first strike, as we've seen from State most of the weekend, the full shift to the right side with the third baseman going to play right at the edge of the outfield grass. 0-1. He showed bunt, took it outside. 1-1 the count.
And on a weekend where he is 1 for 9.
And now they change the defense a little bit, don't they?
That makes them move it. They sure do.
The shortstop now comes over about midway between third and short. And the 1-1. Irish to left. Fry goes back at the warning track. It's off the wall. Bangs off the wall. Rembert is around third base. He's going to try to score. Here comes the throw home. He's safe. Ninth double of the year for Ike Irish. And Auburn goes on top 1-0.
That is Fry's inexperience playing left field in this ballpark. There's a certain way to play the War Eagle wall, and Fry was not able to do it. First of all, he misjudged the ball. That was mistake number one, and he couldn't recover in time. So it was over his head and then took a very hard bounce off that wall. Rembert read it pretty well. He was standing at second when it got over Fry's head, and Fry had not gotten back to the ball off the carom before Rembert was rounding third base.
And here's McMurray, the pitch. Swing, ground ball right side. Nice play by Hines behind the bag. He goes to the bag, retires McMurray as Irish goes to third on the play.
Yeah, he got aggressive. He got a breaking ball there that he thought he could drive, and he was over the top of it just a little bit. But he gets Irish over to third, and you know Ike's going to be aggressive. Throw a wild pitch, and, well, Ligon has done that a few times this year. Could mean another run.
Guevara at the plate, 2 for 7 with a homer yesterday, and he takes a strike.
Started him with a changeup. I wonder if he throws fewer sliders or curveballs to Guevara to try to stay away from a spiking situation.
Irish at third with 2 down in the Auburn first. Auburn leads 1-0. The pitch. Guevara took it high and outside. A ball and a strike. An infield single for Rembert. A fly ball to left by Terrell, and then Irish doubled off the War Eagle wall, scoring Rembert. Ike now at third with 2 down. The pitch. Ground ball right side and throw for a base hit. Irish scores for Guevara. His 4th RBI of the weekend, and the Tigers lead 2-0 off the glove of Dylan Cupp, the second baseman.
Ligon tried to jam Guevara with a fastball in. Back-to-back fastballs. He tried to get it on the inside corner. Didn't quite get there. Guevara was able to muscle it the other way.
2-0 Tigers lead it. We're in the bottom of the first. 2 outs, and here's Lucas Steele.
And even with the out by McMurray, he got Irish over to third. That meant, and he might have scored anyway from second with 2 outs, but that assured that he would score.
Pitch on the way to Steele. Fouled back a fastball at 96. Lucas is 1 for 3 this weekend. Has driven home a couple, batting .242 on the campaign with 4 homers and 25 runs batted in. Switch hitter, batting left-handed against the righty Ligon. 0-1. Got him out in front with the curveball, and he's ahead of Steele. No balls and 2 strikes, and again the shift.
With 2 runs here in the first inning, Auburn has now scored in 5 of the last 6 innings going back to last night's game.
Game that Auburn trailed 10-1 at one point, had the tying run at home plate in the 8th. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got Steele on 3 pitches, and the inning is over. Auburn scores 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. Through 1, Auburn 2, Mississippi State 0. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
The ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Cam Tilley staked to a 2-0 lead as he goes to the hill in the top of the second inning today, presented by Southern Union. There's a new path to the Plains that runs through Southern Union State Community College. Move seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently. All at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. Tilley set down Mississippi State in order in the first. He'll get Hines, Chance, and a Cup in the second. "14 pitches in the first inning for Tilley. Noah Sullivan will lead it off.
2 for 6 this weekend with 2 home runs pitched to him. A fastball that's in there for a strike at 92 from Tilley on the year. Sullivan is batting .345 with 11 homers and 34 runs batted in. 0-1 pitch from Tilley, up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Auburn softball looking for a sweep against South Carolina, going to have to come from behind to get it. Tigers trail 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th of Game 3 of that series. 1-1. Sullivan to the right side is through for a base hit.
Back-to-back fastballs to start the at-bat, and that may have been a changeup. And an opposite field single, their first hit of the game.
And here is Hunter Hines. 1 hit this weekend. It was a 2-run homer yesterday. Batting .261 this season. 9 homers and 32 runs batted in. He's 1 for 8 this weekend with 3 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter against the righty Tilley. With Sullivan at first, 1 stolen base this year. The pitch to Hines. Curveball, strike. A leadoff single for Sullivan at first. The stretch from Tilley in the 0-1. Hines takes another curveball for strike 2.
How many times have we said it over the last nearly 2 seasons now? When that curveball is on, when it's set, Tilley can be really dangerous.
He's ahead of Hines, no balls and 2 strikes. He comes set. The pitch. Miss low. A ball and 2 strikes to Hines. That home run for Hines yesterday was the 63rd of his state career, which leaves him 4 behind the all-time leader, Rafael Palmeiro, with 67. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hines. Stretch in the pitch. Ground ball to the right side into the shift. Rembert's play is to first for the out.
That is a textbook shift out. That is between the first and second baseman in the normal alignment, but it was right to Rembert, who was on the right field grass.
Auburn gets the sure out at first out of the inning, and here's Bryce Chance, who's had a good weekend for state. He's 4 for 8. 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Batting .301 this season with 3 homers and 24 runs batted in. And now Sullivan in scoring position for state. Tilley comes set. And the pitch. Showed bunt, and it missed high for ball 1. Sullivan gets his lead at second base, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. High fastball at 93, a ball and a strike.
Well, he started him about hat high, came back about chin level. That time he got the swing and the miss.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. Long look in for Tilley. Pitch clock is down to 4. Here's the 1-1. High fly ball to deep left field. Terrell is back. He looks up. It's off the top of the wall. He makes the play there. Throws it back in. Sullivan scores, but Terrell kept the runner to first base. It's a run-scoring single. And Auburn fortunate that ball stayed in the park.
Yeah, hard line drive by Chance. That's his 5th hit of the weekend. Just drilled the ball. And I think he was waiting on a breaking ball after seeing back-to-back fastballs. A little bit up. He tattooed it, but that's an example of just how to perfectly play the War Eagle wall. Terrell was ready to catch it off the deflection and turn and throw and hold Chance to a single.
So a run home for Mississippi State. 2-1, Auburn leads it. Here's Dylan Cupp, the second baseman. Stretch in the pitch. Cupp pops it up. On the infield, Guevara looks up into the partly cloudy sky, fights the sunshine, and makes the catch. 2 outs.
He has started 3 of the 4 batters this inning with a fastball, and that time he jammed Cupp a little bit.
2 outs, and here's Ross Highfield. Highfield, a pinch runner on Friday, got the start yesterday, went 0 for 4. Chance at first, 2 down in the inning. He has 7 stolen bases in 8 attempts. And he goes. The pitch is not a strike. Throw to second base is not in time. A 1-1 hopper to Rembert. And the chance is in with his 8th stolen base of the year.
There are really 2, maybe 3 guys that are going to do any running if State is going to do it. Chance is one of them. He got a good jump. And the throw was short hopping to the left of the bag.
1 ball and no strikes to count. And Chance now at second base with 2 down. The pitch to Highfill. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Highfill struck out a couple of times yesterday.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. Here comes the pitch. Strike 2. Slider on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Tigers lead 2-1. A run home for Mississippi State. Off the bat of Bryce Chance. He's at second now with 2 outs in the inning. Here's the 1-2 to Highfill. And it hit it. Fastball up and in. For Cam, that is the 8th hit batter of the year. And it brings Joe Powell to the plate. 2 for 6 this weekend with 4 runs batted in and a home run on Friday.
Yeah, that was a 3-run homer that tied the game at 5 Friday night. That's tough. Boy, with 2 strikes, breaking ball just never broke at all.
Pitch on the way to Powell. Change up for strike 1. Powell is hitting .246 with 4 homers and 21 runs batted in. Tilley checks the runner and pitches. A little bit up. 1 ball and 1 strike.
30 pitches, 31 pitches for Tilley. It was 14 in the first inning, 17 so far here in the second.
Ball and a strike to the catcher, Powell. The pitch up and in, 2-1. Chance at second and Highfill at first. Here's the 2-1. Ball 3 outside. The top of the order. And Garrick Fry waits on deck. 2 outs. A run home in the top of the second for State. But a 3-1 count to Powell. Pitch on the way. Ball 4. And now the bases are loaded with Fry coming to the plate. Well, you are asking for trouble right now.
Yeah, free base runners, that's not it. Parker Carlson, Dylan Watts, Andreas Alvarez all jogged down to the bullpen.
Got the second out off of Cup on 1 pitch. Got ahead of Highfill 1-2 and then hit him. And then with the catcher at the plate, Powell, walked him on a 3-1 count. And now you get to the top of the order with the bases loaded. And you're leading by a run.
And Fry, who has one of the most impressive swings of anybody we've seen this year, coming to the plate.
Grounded out to Auburn shortstop Derek Fabian to open the ball game. He's 4 for 12 this weekend.
Had 2 doubles yesterday, and were it not for the diving catch by Bristol Carter, would have had 3.
Pitch to him. Strike on the outside corner. It's been a 21-pitch inning for Cam Tilley. Just trying to get out of this with the lead. Bases loaded in 2 outs. 0-1 pitch to Fry. Way outside, 2-2. Auburn was at over 60% strikes on Friday, 10% lower yesterday. And State took advantage, beating Auburn 12-7, the 1-1. Swing and a miss at ball 2.
Ooh, yeah. That was diving down toward the dirt.
A ball and 2 strikes, the count to Fry. Bases loaded and 2 outs in the Mississippi State second. He chokes up just a bit. Now the 1-2 pitch, way outside. Fastball that got away from Tilley. 2-2 the count.
Chance with good speed at third base. Wild pitch, pass ball, probably ties the game.
Heifel with good wheels at second as well.
Yep.
2-2 pitch. Fry up the left side. Hits it off the screen down the left side. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Textbook 2-strike swing. Just went down to get it. Kind of a 3/4 push of the ball up the left side.
Powell to first. Heifel back to second. Chance back to third. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Fry. Tilley trying to work out of a jam in the second. Brings it home. Just got a piece of the changeup. Did Garrick Fry to stay alive. 2-2.
Now, a day you knew you might need 3 or 4 pieces out of the bullpen. So Auburn will try to get all they can out of Cam Tilley here. Right now, it's just get out of the inning.
2-2 pitch to Fry. Ball 3 high and outside, and the runners are off with the pitch. Didn't miss by much.
No.
But now the count goes full with the bases loaded and 2 down. 3-2 pitch. Lost it. And we're tied on a bases loaded walk. A hit batter and back-to-back walks. And State has tied the ball game.
Boy, it's like Cam just hasn't been able to recover since hitting Heifel with 2 strikes.
An RBI, the first of the weekend for Fry as he goes to first. And the game is tied, and now you've got Sawyer Reeves at the plate. And Everett Tiefert is out of the Auburn dugout. A leadoff single by Sullivan, a ground out by Hines. A single to left by Chance gave State its first run. Got a bloop pop fly by Cup, and then got ahead of Heifel, a ball and 2 strikes, and then hit him. And then back-to-back walks to Powell and Fry, and Mississippi State has tied the game. And the bases are still loaded with 2 down, and Sawyer Reeves to the plate. And Auburn's bullpen is working.
Yep.
There's no hesitation today in getting guys ready. Not with the series on the line at this point of the season.
It's Dylan Watts up and throwing in the bullpen first.
Bases are loaded with 2 outs for Mississippi State. A 2-2 ball game. Here comes the pitch to Reeves. And there for a strike. Reeves is the 8th man to bat in the inning.
Solid reset, and then to start with a strike. Doing the breaking ball.
Tilley comes set. And the 0-1. Miss low, smothered by Freilich, a ball and a strike. Heifel at third, Powell at second, and Fry at first. State trying to get the lead here in the top half of the second. 2 down, the 1-1. Off the end of the bat, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, if you could have let the first inning, if you could have capped them at 2 instead of 4, or if in the 4th inning you cap them at 3 instead of 6. This is how games are won or lost sometimes. Other team's going to score some runs. Can you keep the really big inning from happening?
1-2 to Reeves. Tilley works off the stretch with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging, inning comes to a close. Second strikeout for Tilley. Take counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left. We go to the bottom of the second. Auburn and Mississippi State tied at 2. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Max Credit Union has been more than just a financial institution. We've been a part of your community, your milestones, your dreams. At Max, you're not just a customer. You're a member, a neighbor, a friend. So as we celebrate 70 years of trust, service, and financial growth, we want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing Max, and thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. Max Credit Union, 70 years strong and just getting started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Big eating in Auburn and Opelika means Big Mike's Steakhouse, famous for high-quality steaks cooked to perfection on an open-fire grill, served in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. It's happy hour at Big Mike's every Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 6, and half off select appetizers, draft beer, and well drinks. And don't forget, a Big Mike's gift card will always be the perfect gift for Big City Steak in your hometown. It's Big Mike's Steakhouse in Auburn at Shigjordan Parkway and Wire Road.
Auburn scored 2 in the bottom of the first. Mississippi State tied it in the top of the second. Bottom third of the order for Auburn to face Carson Ligon. Through 18 pitches in the first, he'll get Cade Ballou, Chase Freilich, and Derek Fabian in the Auburn second. Nice job by Tilley after the back-to-back walks and a hit batter to come back and strike out Reeves with the bases loaded and keep it a tie ball game.
13 of Ligon's 18 pitches were strikes in the first inning, so Auburn should get some good pitches to hit if that continues.
First pitch to Ballou, swings and lifts it up and out of play off the left side. Cade 1 for 4 on Friday, the 0-1. Fouled back, fastball at 94. And the shift on an 0-2 pitch coming up.
Back-to-back fastballs. Be interesting to see if he throws him another one.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either.
I think he's going to try to bury a slider down backside pitch. Left side, shortstop in the hole, can't reach it. And Ballou is at first. If Reeves gets it, he still doesn't throw out Cade Ballou at first base. Nice job by Cade to go the opposite way after the shift. Reeves got his glove on the ball. Excuse me, Brad.
Sorry, Andy. Auburn's 4th hit in the first 7 batters of the ball game. So they're seeing the ball. They're getting good swings on it. And, no, you're right. Ballou with those long galloping strides down the first baseline would have beaten it anyway.
Here's Chase Freilich, 3 for 7 this weekend. 3 runs scored, 2 runs batted in, including his 4th home run here yesterday. And it was a bomb to right. Ballou could do some running at first. He's 11 of 13 this year. Gets his lead. They throw over, and Ballou is back.
They're aware of his speed as well. And they want to try to cut down on Auburn answering immediately. You're trying to, it's a pendulum has swung a couple of ways already in this one.
Teams have successful 8 out of 10 times stealing against Ligon. The pitch, Freilich takes it off the outside edge. Chase batting .338 with those 4 homers and 32 runs batted in. Leadoff single for Ballou. He's at first. Ligon, another throw to first, and he's back.
Ballou with good speed, and Freilich handles the bat. It's a hit-and-run situation, potentially. We've seen Auburn hit and run with Freilich throughout the year.
Ballou, a good candidate at first. And Chase doing a little bit of, Cade doing a little bit of groundswork over there outside the first base bag. 1 ball and no strikes the count to Freilich. Stretch by Ligon in the pitch. Ballou goes, swing, chopper right side. And underneath the glove of the second baseman and into right, and Ballou goes to third on the play.
Cup starting for the first time this weekend. That was a very high chopper, and he had to play the last hop on a short hop and just tried to pick it, swiped the glove up to get it, and it dropped underneath and into right field.
It's an infield single for Freilich.
Auburn does put on the hit and run. 5th hit now in the first 8 batters.
First and third for Auburn, and Derek Fabian at the plate. He's 2 for 7 this weekend. Couple runs scored, and a solo home run off the video board here yesterday. Stretch in the pitch. Outside, ball one. First baseman was charging on the play, but Fabian was not showing bunt. Big hole on the right side. Now they hold Fralick, second baseman, almost behind the bag.
Go the opposite way.
1-0 pitch to Fabian. Up and in, 2-0.
We weren't going to do it with one up and in like that, but if he comes back to the outer half, Fabian, who can pull the ball well and with power, could drive in a run with something opposite field here.
Out of Ocala, Florida, senior shortstop for Auburn. Awaits the 2-0. Swing, line drive in the left center field. A diving catch there. Nicely played by Fry. Ballou tags and he will score. And Fralick back to the bag at first. Boy, he took away extra bases.
Yep.
Nicely played by Garrett Fry out left center field. However, Auburn regains the lead.
And the hit and run allows him to do that. The hit and run and then the misplay by Cup at second base, which put Ballou at third instead of just at second base.
Ball was stung by Fabian.
Yeah.
Runner at first now, 1 out, 1 in for Auburn. Tigers lead 3-2. Settle in, friends. This could be a wild one. Here's Rembert to pitch. Swing and a miss. Rembert with an infield single to open Auburn's first inning. Came home to score the first run of the ball game on the double off the War Eagle wall by Irish. Pitch. Outside. Corner. 0-2. Okay. File that one away.
Yeah. Auburn does get the run back. They answer back and reclaim the lead the bottom half of the inning after State tied it.
Now the 0-2. Just missed inside. A ball and 2 strikes and did it with the bottom third of the order to boot.
Good point.
Second at bat for Rembert. He's behind a ball and 2 strikes. Fralick gets his lead at first. Stretched by Ligon. And the pitch. Rembert high and deep in the left, back in the canyon, and gone! Home run number 6 for Chris Rembert. And he has homered in back-to-back games for the Tigers. And for the first time this weekend, it's not a solo home run for Auburn. A 3-run shot to the left of the video board just to the left of the Alabama power sign.
He got a hanging curveball
on a 1-2 pitch.
Yeah.
First pitch to Bub Terrell. Outside.
Where was he going?
I don't know, but Bub's ready. He's ready for anything right now. So a pitch on the way, and there's a strike down the middle. Five to 2. Auburn on top. Pitch on the way. Outside.
What's your guess on the distance?
Ooh, I'm going to say 412. I didn't look.
411.
Okay. Terrell swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes.
No use in trying to guess anymore this weekend. That's the winner. You'd get both showcases and the price is right.
Wow. That's a car and a trip.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. Bub swings and fouls it back. Sacrifice line drive by Fabian scoring Ballou. And then a 2-run homer by Rembert to left.
6 hits in the first 10 batters of the game for Auburn. Tigers dialed in early at the plate.
5-2 Auburn on top. Pitch on the way. On a hop to the second baseman, and he boots it. That ball got on Cup in a hurry. And I think he'll tell you he should have made the play. It bounced to his left, and Terrell is aboard.
That is the 9th error of the season charged to Dylan Cup. He did not start the first 2 games of the series. And I wonder if we see Gatlin Sanders.
Well, and State at times has struggled defensively. That's their first error of the weekend.
It is.
So an error on Cup, and Terrell is aboard, and here is Ike Irish. 3 runs home in the inning for the Tigers. Auburn leads 5-2. And Irish at the plate. He doubled home a run off the War Eagle wall in the first inning. Terrell gets his lead at first. The stretch. He goes. The pitch. Irish show bunt. Spins out of the way. And no throw by Powell. And Terrell has his 4th stolen base of the year.
Tough to get a much better jump than what Bub got. I don't know how close Liggum was paying attention to him, but Bub got a fantastic jump.
1 ball and no strikes now to Irish. Stretch and pitch. Ike takes a strike. Slider in there. A ball and a strike.
Does he trust his fastball enough?
I hope he does.
Yeah.
A ball and a strike to Irish. Stretch in the pitch. Slider in there for strike 2. Good pitch.
Yeah, a couple of breaking balls in there, and Ike has taken both of them. If he hangs another one, or if he doesn't get the fastball where he wanted, we know the damage Ike can do.
Terrell gets his lead at second base. 3 home for Auburn here in the second. It's the stretch. And the pitch. High, ball 2. Fastball high. Tell you what. An opportunity for Auburn to have a very big inning right now. That's the way we're trending. But this is a big pitch here, 2-2 to Irish. Here it is. Inside, ball 3. Three runs, 3 hits, an error, a stolen base for Auburn. A runner at second base, Terrell, 1 out, 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Irish. Here's the 3-2. He walked it. Missed outside with the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, and there's nobody throwing right now for State in the bullpen. Chris Lamonis, I think, believes that his bats can do enough, and they have been very good.
We saw it yesterday, that's for sure.
Second best hitting team in league play coming in.
All right, here's Cooper McMurray. After the double, and now we're going to see the bullpen get to work.
Yeah.
He's trusted him long enough, apparently. Pitching coach is out, Parker for State. And Gabe Gross wants a timeout as well. He will bring McMurray, Irish, and Terrell. And the on-deck hitter, Guevara, over, along with Carl Nonamaker.
Dane Burns is jogging down to the Mississippi State bullpen.
Liggins at 41 pitches. That's really not the big concern. It's just
he's been very hittable.
Auburn's hit him around a little bit.
Yeah.
And the Tigers, still with 1 out, have first and second, and Cooper McMurray at the plate.
Yeah, 9 of 13 that have come to the plate have reached so far.
A timeout charge to the Auburn offense. A mound visit charged to Mississippi State, and the bullpen gets to work, and Cooper McMurray to the plate. After the Irish double, he jumped on the first pitch, tried to pull it inside the bag, but Hines was playing right there and took it to the bag.
They can't shift against him with runners at first and second.
First pitch to McMurray. Swing, fly ball, deep into right center field, back at the wall. That is gone. That is gone. Ninth home run, Cooper McMurray. Eight to 2, Auburn. Well, he jumped on the first pitch in his first at bat.
Yeah.
Tapped out. He jumped on the first pitch here in the second and hit it out of the park.
First home run in SEC play this year for Cooper McMurray.
Here's Guevara.
You make him pay for the error and the walk.
First pitch, low to Guevara. He is the 8th man to bat in the inning. Not only the walk, there's ball 2 up and in. Not only the walk, but the error as well.
Exactly.
Two balls and no strikes to Guevara. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 94.
He tried to hit another one out.
Yeah. Auburn has scored 6 times in this inning. A pair of homers. Rembert, and McMurray. Now 2-1 the count to Guevara. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3.
And I know they trust their offense, but, man.
Well, how big was it for Cam Tilley to get out of the top of this inning with the game tied?
Yeah, good point.
3-1. Guevara takes ball 4 inside. And Auburn will bat around here in the second. Lucas Steele to the plate. Steele a strikeout to end the first. He bats with a runner at first, 1 out here in the second. Auburn has scored 6 times in the bottom of the second and lead 8-2. Guevara gets his lead at first to throw over. Ooh, he spun the tires a little bit trying to get back to the bag at first.
And I don't think Eric's going anywhere. They're buying a little more time for their bullpen.
Ligon off the stretch. And another throw over. And Guevara is back. Six runs on 4 hits with an error in this inning for Auburn. Tigers may not be done. First pitch to Steele. High, ball 1. Two in the first for Auburn, 6 more here in the second. A runner at first with 1 out. State tied it briefly in the top of this inning. Another throw to first. Oh, and he bounced it. Great play by Hines. A backhand stab on the short hop.
By the way, McMurray's home run, the 5th in 9 career games against Mississippi State.
Well, a ball and no strikes to Steele. Ligon stretches and pitches. Steele with a home run cut came up empty.
Yeah, the swing is a little different this inning. We saw that from Guevara on his 2-0 swing.
Yeah. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball elevated, and Steele tried to hit it to the dorm out there. 1-1. Inside, almost hit him, 2-1. Ballou waits on deck for Auburn. 8-2. The Tigers lead it. We're in the bottom of the second. 1 out, 1 on for Auburn. Stretch and pitch. Outside. 2 balls and a strike now to, 3 balls and a strike now to Steele. Lead for Guevara. The 3-1 not made, a throw over.
Most runs Auburn has scored in an inning, 8 against Ohio State. They did that in the second inning against the Buckeyes back in Arlington.
3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Steele walks.
Boy.
That's back-to-back walks after the 3-run homer from McMurray to Guevara and Steele, and that will be all for Ligon. Mississippi State makes a Pepper Tree pitching change for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection, the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery and online steaksandwine.com. Steaks, the letter N, wine.com. Ligon's day is done. State to the bullpen with a Pepper Tree pitching change.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
6 runs in the inning, and Auburn looking for more. Pepper Tree pitching change. State brings in Ben Davis. Davis, who we saw here in Friday night's game out of Boonville, Mississippi, Itawamba Community College. Davis at 6'3", 215, a junior right-hander. Davis is 1-2 in 15 appearances, 12 of those in relief. Earned run average of 4.23, 38 1/3 innings, 36 hits, 25 runs, only 18 of them earned, 16 walks, 43 strikeouts. He's thrown 4 wild pitches, given up a couple of homers and 6 doubles. Teams are batting .235 against Ben Davis. Ligon An inning and a third. 7 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. He gave up a double and 2 home runs, 52 pitches, 30 strikes, and Auburn has chased Ligon with 1 out here in the second inning.
A 2-run homer by Chris Rembert, his second in as many days for Auburn. And a 3-run shot by Cooper McMurray, his first in SEC play this year. And then back-to-back walks to Guevara and Steele. And Cade Ballou, who led off the inning with a single off the glove of the shortstop, comes to the plate with runners at first and second and 1 out in the Auburn sixth and the Tigers, in the Auburn second, and Auburn has scored 6 times in this inning.
Auburn 7 for 11 in the game, 5 for 8 with runners on base, 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Just a absolutely dialed in offensive day, and we're only in the second inning.
Ballou 2 for 5 this weekend, scored to open this inning after his infield single. Went to third on a hit-and-run single by Freilich. The pitch. Swing, drive into center field. Center fielder on his horse. And a nice play by Fry. He makes the catch. And Guevara goes to third. Boy, when that left the bat, I thought he had the gap, but Chance out there was able to make up the difference. 2 down.
Heads up by Guevara. He stayed planted and was able to tag and get to third. But that was a good swing off the bat by Ballou. That second time Auburn is seeing Davis again. He pitched in Friday's game, so see if they carry anything over into this outing. They would have loved to have not brought in Davis until about the 5th or 6th today.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs, and Freilich at the plate. Pitch to Chase. Strike on the slider on the outside corner. Chase has had a good weekend. He's 4 for 8. Hit a home run here yesterday. Guevara at third and Steele at first as Davis comes set. And the pitch. Missed outside, low as well, a ball and a strike. With Brad Law, I'm Andy Burcham. Glad to have you with us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon of baseball at Plainsman Park. Matt Contreras in our Skyview Auburn studios out in Phoenix. 1-1 the count. 2 Freilich the pitch. Fouled back on a fastball at 94. Guevara from third and Steele from first. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Freilich. Here comes the pitch. Got him swinging on the curveball, and the inning comes to a close. Auburn scores 6 times in the inning on 5 base hits, an error, and 2 men left. Through 2. That's right, 2. Auburn 8. Mississippi State 2. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
What I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Atmore is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Atmore. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Six runs on 4 hits for Auburn in the bottom of the second. Tigers lead 8-2 with State coming to the plate. 3, 4, and 5 hitters to face Cam Tilley in the third. Before we get there, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. The homer by Rembert in the second, 411 feet, 4 inches. The homer by
McMurray 408 feet. That gives Auburn an 8-2 lead. This is a really important inning for Cam Tilley. After he set down State in order in the first, he gave up 2 runs, 8 batters to the plate in the second. He's thrown 46 pitches, and he will get Reese to lead off the third for State. Wind and delivery. Reese off of the photographer's well beyond the Mississippi State dugout for strike 1.
In the second, he started sequences with fastballs 4 times in a row to start the inning. That time with Reese started him with a curve.
Pitch on the way. High and outside, a ball and a strike. Reese 4 for 10 this weekend with a homer. He struck out in the first to end the first inning. 1-1 from Tilley. Here it is. Reese down the right field line into the corner and gone. A home run. That's not the way you want to open the inning, is it?
Nope.
Right down the line. Reese's 15th home run of the season. State has the offense.
Yeah.
They're never out of it.
Yeah, only hope on that one was that it might hook foul, but it didn't.
8-3, Auburn. And here's Noah Sullivan, who has homered in the previous 2 games this weekend. Auburn's bullpen back to work. Tilley, the wind and the pitch to Sullivan. Right down the middle with a fastball at 92.
It's their 35th home run in SEC play. And they've given up 32.
2 here today.
Yeah.
0-1 pitch. Bounces up there, 1-1. I believe that's Dylan Watts back to work in the Auburn pen. Yep. Tilley, the 1-1. Chopper. Back to Tilley on the mound. Flips to first for the out. Topped it.
Yep.
To the pitcher. Arnold Schwarzenegger said he would be back, and he is a man of his word. Our associate producer in the booth, Jeff Shearer, with some beverages.
You know, Jacob never brings beverages.
Here's Hunter Hines, the pitch. Misses low, ball 1. 8-3 Auburn on top. 1 out, nobody on for State in the top of the third. Wind in the 1-0. Ground ball right side. Oh, what a play. On a weird hop to McMurray. He takes it to the bag for the out. Well, McMurray just returned the favor against Hines, who did that to him in the first. That last hop was a wicked one, Brad.
Yeah, sort of a medium hop. He had to turn sideways and backhand it. Underrated defensive first baseman, Cooper McMurray.
You beat me to it. 2 outs, and here's Bryce Chance. Sorry, I will not. Pitch on the way. Outside, ball 1.
It's really hard to top any gift brought to the booth after last night.
Yes, the homemade pound cake.
Yeah.
1 ball and no strikes to Chance. Wind and delivery. Down the left field line, hit hard but foul. Some dignitaries in the ballpark this weekend. Brother Man back for the first time in 11 years. Bill Beckwith, good to see Bill. Dee Ford all the way from England here this weekend as well. She's had a big weekend. She's been all over the place. Ball and a strike to Chance. Paul Ellen and his wife Pam here today as well. 1-1. Ooh, that's a good pitch and didn't get the call. 2-1. Chance is 5 for 9 this weekend with 3 runs scored. He awaits the 2-1. Ball 3 low and away.
Too many of these kind of counts in last night's game.
Yeah.
Cam hasn't had that many of them today.
3-1 to Chance. Missed upstairs. 2-out walk. Third of the day for Tilly, and Dylan Cupp comes to the plate. Popped up to Guevara at third in the second inning.
Auburn has only retired Chance twice this weekend. He struck out in his first at-bat Friday and his last at-bat yesterday. He's been on base every other time he's come to the plate this weekend.
And a threat to run at first.
Yeah.
7 stolen bases in 8 attempts.
He's already stolen a base here today as a part of that.
Make that 8 stolen bases then. Throw to first, and he's back. 8 out of 9. First start of Cam Tilley's career at Auburn. Trying to get through the third with a 5-run lead. Pitch as the runner goes. Pitches inside, throw to second base. He's not in time. If the throw is on the bag, they've got a chance. But the throw was on the left side of second base. And in spite of the tag by Rembert, Chance is in with his 9th stolen base. Pitch was a strike to Cupp. The stretch by Tilley and the pitch. Missed the outside corner.
That's pretty close to one that was called a strike in the bottom of the second.
1 ball and 1 strike, the count to Cupp. Chance gets his lead at second. A run home for State here in the third. Tigers lead 8-3. Tilley comes set. Here's the pitch. Just inside. 2 balls and a strike. Boy, in this at bat, Tilley's been all around the plate.
Yep.
Cam comes set, checks his runner at second base. Now the pitch. Same place. 3-1. Cam's got to be careful that he comes set.
Mm-hmm.
That was close. 3 balls and a strike to Dylan Cupp.
He also can't give in here and give up too much of the plate because he's frustrated.
Comes set at the belt and the 3-1. Chopper, third base side. Fair ball to Guevara. Behind the bag to first. Good stretch by McMurray, and the inning comes to a close. A run on a hit. No errors. A man left. To the bottom half of the third we go. Auburn 8, Mississippi State 3. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Auburn will send the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to the plate in the third. Tigers lead Mississippi State 8-3 on this Sunday, this rubber game of the series. Today's third inning is brought to you by the Vance Law Firm, where the phone number is easy to remember. They say dial 3 for me. 334-333-3333. Fabian, Rembert, and Terrell for Auburn in the third inning. 6 runs on 7 hits for Auburn. No errors. 3 men left. 3 runs, 3 hits, an error, and 4 men left for Mississippi State. Fabian with a line out to left, the sacrifice in the second inning. 2 for 7 on the weekend with 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. Ben Davis stretches and pitches. And Fabian takes a strike at the knees. Now the 0-1 to Derek. Drops low. 1-1 the count. Final line on Carson Ligon. An inning and a third for Mississippi State. 8 runs, 7 earned on 7 hits. 3 walks and a strikeout. Ben Davis trying to keep it a 5-run game as Auburn bats in the third. Here's the pitch. Fabian chops it foul. Beyond and into the photographer's well. Outside the Auburn dugout. A ball and 2 strikes to Fabian. The stretch. Long set. And the pitch. It misses low, 2-2.
Plenty of offense on a Sunday around the SEC. Florida leads Arkansas 8-5. They're in the bottom of the 8th in the rubber game in Gainesville on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Rubber game in Lexington. Kentucky leads South Carolina 7-5 in the 8th.
Here, Auburn leads 8-3. The pitch. Fabian jammed and pops it up foul back here. Powell gives chase, but it falls harmlessly on the netting above the Hall of Fame club.
Early offense in Baton Rouge. Rubber game between LSU and Tennessee. Tigers lead the Volunteers 5-2. Auburn goes to Knoxville this weekend.
After playing Samford at the Hoover Met Tuesday night. That's our next broadcast at 6 o'clock. Actually, that's first pitch. Our broadcast begins at 5:45. 2-2 to Fabian. Here's the pitch. Got him on the outside corner. Good fastball at the knees. And Davis has come in. A line out, a couple strikeouts. Fabian is down, and for the first time in the first 3 innings, Auburn does not get the leadoff man on base. Here's Chris Rembert. Singled and scored in the first, hit a 2-run homer here in the second. Rembert's had a pretty good weekend. He's 7 for 10. Pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball on the inside corner at 95.
Had a little run in, too. Started on the inner half, came further in on Chris. Good fastball.
Davis comes set in the 0-1. Swing and a miss on another 95-mile-an-hour heater. Ballou is the first man to face Davis and hit the first pitch, a line drive into right center field that Chance made a fine play on. Since then, strikeouts to Freilich to end the second and Fabian to open this inning. 0-2 to Rembert, and he watches a fastball miss low and away, 1-2. 8 runs on 7 hits for Auburn, 3 runs on 3 hits for State. We're in the bottom of the third, nobody on, and 1 out for Auburn. 8-3, the Tigers lead it. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. At a pitch down, actually a foul tip. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Davis.
And that time it was just an overpowering fastball. Middle in on Rembert. That doesn't happen much. That's only Chris's 11th strikeout in SEC play.
And here's Bub Terrell. Flied to left in the first, reached on an air in the second, stole a base and scored for Auburn. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Davis, the pitch. Popped up. Shallow left. Fry coming on. He's there. And for the first time today, Auburn is retired in order. 3 up, 3 down. We're through 3. This rubber game Sunday. Auburn at 8. Mississippi State 3. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains. April 25th through the 28th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Back to Blazeman Park for more Auburn baseball against Mississippi State.
We move to the fourth with Auburn leading Mississippi State on this Sunday, 8-3. 64 pitches on the day for Cam Tilley. He will get the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the fourth. And to take you through the middle 3 innings, here is Bradford T. Law from Piedmont, Alabama.
Thank you very much, Andy. 8, 9, 1 hitters, as Andy mentioned there. And Butch Thompson pregame said that they would love to be able to get through the lineup a couple of times with Cam Tilley. And so with this 8-3 lead, see what he can do against Highfill, Powell, and Fry. Down to the final 12 regular season games. Wow. One more home series, one more home midweek game. You have 4 more home games after today. In the regular season, anyway. Here's Highfill. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Good curve, 0-1 to Highfill. He was hit by a pitch, a 1-2 breaking ball that never broke back in the second inning. 0-1. There's a curve on the outside corner, 0-2. Auburn has road series this coming weekend at Tennessee. They'll close the regular season at Ole Miss. Here's the 0-2. Popped up and backing out of play. Still 0-2 to the Mississippi State right fielder. And Auburn with its high RPI, and if it can win today, you're a game over 500 in conference play with 9 to go. Absolutely in the regional hosting conversation, right in the thick of it. 0-2. Fastball, up and in. A ball and 2 strikes. So there may be more than 4 chances to see Auburn this year in this ballpark, but there's only 4 more in the regular season after today. 1-2 pitch to Highfill. Missed with a breaking ball outside, 2-2. We are looking forward to seeing the Auburn fans in Hoover Tuesday night. That game has been a little later in the year, and we've had some rain the last couple of years. 2-2. Curveball, called, strike 3. Landed it on the inside corner. Third strikeout for Tilley. Highfill didn't think so. But that's 3 for Cam. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. And Joe Powell, the catcher, he walked in the second. Forecast looks good for Tuesday at the moment, so hopefully got a big orange and blue turnout for Auburn and Samford. First pitch hits Powell. Second hit batter. Tilley going after that inside corner. He hit the number 8 hitter 2 innings ago. He hits the number 9 hitter here with 1 out in the fourth. Auburn leads 8-3. Tigers with 2 in the first and 6 in the second. And now back to the top of the order and Fry. Dylan Watts has been throwing since the second inning. I think he'd be ready to go if needed or when they decide to go to him. Tilley comes set and comes home. Pitch missed outside and a little low. A ball, no strikes. Fry drew a bases-loaded walk in the second.
Powell bluffed on that pitch. He doesn't have a stolen base. If he goes, my guess is it's a hit and run.
Mm-hmm. Stretch by Tilley and the 1-0 pitch. Curveball, outside corner, strike 1. Backed up and caught the zone. Fry with 13 RBIs. He has 5 home runs from the leadoff spot this year. 1-1. Took a shot at a high breaking ball, fouled it back out of play. 1-2. Eight runs on 7 hits for Auburn. 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 error for Mississippi State. Stretch. And the Auburn right-hander deals and misses way outside with the curve. 2-2. A couple times since that second inning, we've seen that curveball really sail on him. Fry, very wide stance in the left-handed batter's box.
Basically the entire batter's box.
2-2. Chopper to Fabian, playing near the bag at second. Takes it to second for one. On to first for the double play. A 6-3 inning-ending double play. They had Fabian positioned perfectly. And they've positioned defenders perfectly several times this weekend. A 6-3 double play. Inning over. The hit batter does no harm. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left for Mississippi State in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still 8-3 Auburn, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Football season is coming soon. The Tigers return Friday, August 29th at Baylor.
Oh, he got blindsided by Calvert. Oh, Reed in trouble. Reed goes down. DeMarcus Riddick.
This is your exclusive home for Auburn football, the Auburn Sports Network.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
Glad to have you with us here on a Sunday afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. Auburn leads Mississippi State 8-3. Ben Davis's warm-up pitch he just Ricky Vaughned it all the way to the net.
You're saying if the bull had been there, he'd have hit it.
He would have hit the bull.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Sawyer Reeves. Nope. Flip the book, Brad. Only done 400 games. Irish, McMurray, and Guevara to the plate. Trying to figure out Ben Davis. He has faced 5 batters. He's gotten them all out. He struck out 3 of them. 3 strikeouts, 2 flyouts. Good fastball, 94-95. And he has overpowered a couple of Auburn hitters in this early stretch for him. Pitch to Irish. Hit him. Hit him on the side of the right foot.
Yikes.
That
was a fastball, too.
Yeah.
Doggone it. And that hurts.
Yep. He's limping as he gets down to first.
Yes, he is.
Ike's going to be the last person to admit when something hurts, but you could tell.
He got about 3/4 of the way to first base and then showed the pain a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And Anthony Sanderson jogs all the way across to first base, Auburn's athletic trainer, to talk to Irish. Yeah, I mean, that's 90-plus miles an hour on the foot.
It was 93 on the radar gun.
Ike missed a couple of weekends.
Ike is smiling, but
yeah,
that's right. That's Ike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he's probably not going to try to steal here.
Or maybe he Willie Mazes it and does.
Maybe the whole thing was a ruse and he's going to take off. Here is Cooper McMurray. Cooper blasted a 400-plus foot homer his last at bat. First pitch, line in the center field. It's down for a base hit. And jogging gingerly to second is Irish. First and second, nobody out.
Now you could tell on the run to second base by Irish that
there's
a little pain in that right foot. Good to see McMurray with a couple base hits here this afternoon.
Yes, it is. Well, yeah, Fabian has a hit in each of the first 2 games of the series, had a sacrifice fly in his first at bat tonight. McMurray now with a couple of hits today, 3 hits in the weekend. He's got 5 hits now on the weekend. So these are guys that, and if they turn it on, sky's the limit for this team down the stretch. Here's Guevara, bunts, left side, and it's a good one. Third baseman Fields over to first. Second baseman's not there in time, and Guevara beats it. Cup just sort of casually came over to cover first base, and when he received the ball, his foot wasn't on the bag yet. Now, State may want to review this, but I don't think Cup got there. I think Guevara beat him to the bag.
Well, Reese came in and had a play at first, but had to wait for Cup to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really nonchalant in his move. Now, he had to go a long way.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were playing a little bit of the shift.
But he wasn't hustling to get over there. He wasn't booking it. So it's an infield single for Guevara. Bases loaded. Lucas Steele takes a first pitch slider for a strike, 0-1. So a hit batter and then back-to-back singles. And Auburn has them loaded with nobody out here in the fourth. Pitch from Davis. Low and out of the mid. 1 ball, 1 strike. Irish hit by a pitch, the first pitch of the inning. On the next pitch, McMurray singled. On the next pitch, Guevara bunted for a single. Davis is 1-1 to Steele. A high strike call, and it's 1-2. Groans from the Auburn crowd, and deservedly so. Steele has struck out and walked. Cade Ballou waits on the on-deck circle. Pitch. Fastball pulled past a diving first baseman and into right field. Irish scores. Rounding third is McMurray. The throw is late. Down to third goes Guevara. A 2-run single for Lucas Steele. It's 10-3 Tigers, and runners are at the corners.
And this is going to sound obvious, but it's good to see Auburn jump on this inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Steele just beyond the first base bag. Carl Nunemaker aggressive, scoring McMurray from second base.
I was going to point that out. That's an aggressive call from Carl and great hustle by McMurray.
And Guevara going from first to third on the throw home.
Just perfectly played all the way around there by the Tigers. And now Cade Ballou. 2 more runs here in the inning. Auburn leads 10-3. Tigers have a chance here if they figured out Davis to put up a really big number in the inning. And Ballou with a home run cut comes up empty on a slider, 0-1.
It sure enough was a home run cut.
Ballou has singled and flied to center.
By the way, the combination of Irish and McMurray have scored 5 of Auburn's 10 runs today.
Pitch. Missed outside, a ball and a strike. He is not going to the fastball as much this inning.
He threw 2 fastballs to open the inning. He hit Irish, and then that fastball to McMurray was lashed into center.
Ballou leans back slightly, now straightens up. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes.
That was 89. I don't know if that was the change or if he's just lost some of his fastball.
If he's lost, that's a good. I mean, he's lost
6 miles an hour.
Yeah, in an inning or 2. 10 runs on 10 hits for the Tigers. They have runners at the corners and nobody out. They would trade another run for a double play. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside and high, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
South Carolina salvages the final game of the series over at Jamie Moore Field. Carolina scored 4 runs in the first, and it holds on. Carolina beats Auburn today 4-1.
And that's it for conference play.
Yes.
For softball. Here's the 2-2. Ballou swings and flies it to right center field. Guevara waiting to tag. Catch is made by Chance. Throw comes into second. Run scores. Sacrifice fly. Ballou. Guevara scores Auburn's 11th run of the game. It's 11-3. RBI number 17 for Ballou. And that is only the first out. Throw comes into second to keep Steele at first base. Lucas is there for Chase Freilich. Freilich has singled and scored. This is his second look at Davis this afternoon. He struck out against him the first time.
And it may have been the last time he faces him.
You're right.
Pitching coach is out.
As he comes out, Carson Myers jogs down to the Auburn bullpen.
Justin Parker, the pitching coach for Mississippi State, brings the infield in. And Mississippi State makes a Pepper Tree pitching change.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. If you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
The Pepper Tree call to the bullpen for Mississippi State to number 45. Left-hander Dane Burns, 6'5", 220, a freshman out of Salina, Texas, in Prosper High School. Burns on the year is 1-1, a 6.23 earned run average. This will be his 11th appearance all in relief. 8 2/3 innings, 6 runs on 7 hits, 14 strikeouts, 7 walks, a homer, and opponents hitting .219 against Burns. Just his 4th league appearance, 0-1, a 27 ERA. An inning of work, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's given up a homer in SEC play. I tell you what, the first inning and 2/3 by Ben Davis, he couldn't have been better. 3 strikeouts and a line out. But he hit Irish to open this inning, and that just set the tone for Auburn in the inning. A single by McMurray, a single by Guevara, a bunt single, Steele with the 2-run single, a sacrifice fly by Ballou. Auburn has scored 3 times, a runner at first, 1 out, and Burns is on for Davis.
Chase Freilich. This is the 3rd different pitcher that Chase will have faced. He's the first guy to greet the Mississippi State left-hander. Burns in the league. 0-1, 3 appearances, 1 inning, 3 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. In 1 inning of work, teams are 3 for 5 against him. 0-1 with an earned run average of 27 in SEC action.
His first work this weekend. They want lefty on lefty with Freilich up there.
And that may be all that he's in for. He may only be in to face the lefty with a pair of right-handers coming in after him.
Cade O'Leary, another right-hander, hustles out to the bullpen for State.
All right, the Auburn catcher with 1 out and 1 on to the plate. And did Carson Myers just jog back in from the bullpen?
Came back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they got some more steps in. Here's the pitch to Freilich. First pitch to him on the outside corner. Fastball at 93 for a strike, going 1. Stretch by Burns and the pitch. Ground ball, right side. Cup dives, knocks it down, throws to first, pulled the first baseman off. No, they call him out. Thought they pulled the first baseman Hines off the bag, but he did a good job to keep a toe on.
He did a great job. And a good job by Cups just to get to the ball.
Yeah, long run to his left. He's made a couple of mistakes in today's game, but he stayed with that one after he knocked it down and he made the throw.
And you should thank Hines.
Yeah.
Because on the back end, he was just able to keep his foot on the bag, and replay shows that he did.
Steele moves into scoring position. He's at second with 2 out for Derek Fabian. Fabian, an RBI sacrifice fly today. He has also struck out. First pitch to him, fouled back, and they do leave Burns in to face the right-hander. Fabian fouls it away, 0-1. Derek sacrifice fly in the second, brought home. It was his 30th RBI of the year. Got number 31 sitting out at second base right now in the form of Steele. A 1 pitch. High strike on the off-speed delivery, and it's 0-2. Tigers with 3 in the inning. 2 outs and a runner at second. Auburn leads 11-3. 0-2 pitch. And tried to check his swing, and he couldn't do it. Nice breaking ball from Burns, and Fabian is retired on 3 pitches. But Auburn adds 3 more runs on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left on base. We head to the 5th. Auburn 11, Mississippi State 3. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Auburn leads Mississippi State in the rubber game 11-3 as we go to the 5th inning. Cam Tilley's day is complete, and Dylan Watts is on for the Tigers out of the bullpen. The junior from Enumclaw, Washington, 6'4", 205 pounds. The junior right-hander is 2-0 with a 6.45 earned run average in 13 appearances this year. 22 in the 3rd innings, 23 hits, 16 earned runs, 10 walks, 24 strikeouts. Teams are batting .264 against Dylan Watts. Last time out against Texas, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits in 3 innings of work. Before that, though, his previous 3 outings, all against ranked teams, he went a total of 6 innings, gave up 5 hits and just 1 run over the course of those 3 appearances against Alabama, Georgia Tech, and LSU. Overall in SEC play, Watts, no record, 6 appearances. He does have a save, an earned run average of .386. Teams batting just .220 against Dylan Watts in conference play. Cam Tilley, 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he hit 2 batters. Tilley threw 76 pitches, 42 of them were strikes. He gives Auburn 4 solid innings of work and leads the game with the Tigers leading 11-3. And now Dylan Watts, his cue is to get in there and throw strikes, but not high fastballs. Sawyer Reeves will start it for State in the 5th. Reeves, Reese, and Sullivan. Watts goes to work. First pitch, chopped, foul, past 3rd. Started him with a fastball at 94. Reeves turned around on it, but was early, and it's 0-1 to the Mississippi State shortstop. Right-handed hitting shortstop, Reeves. 0-1 pitch to him. Spiked it a foot in front of the plate. A ball and a strike. If you want more Auburn baseball, catch Andy Burcham's weekly conversation with Coach Butch Thompson this week in Auburn baseball, wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow Auburn baseball and AU Sports Network on social media for the notification. 1-1, grounded hard to short. Fabian has it, throws across in time for the out, 1 away. A ground out by Reeves, and now Ace Reese, the batter. He homered down the right field line 2 innings ago. He struck out in the 1st. Reese, the leading home run hitter on the state club. He's now got 15 on the year and a team leading 52 runs driven in. Big lefty. Watts goes to work against him and starts him with ball 1 just a little low. Fastball at 95, a ball and no strikes. Those 3 outings for Dylan against LSU, Alabama, and Georgia Tech. Really good to see. Dylan struggled a little early in the year. 1-0. Missed low again with a fastball at 96. 2 balls, no strikes. But The speed on his fastball, good slider. Tigers can use that down the stretch. 2/3 of the way through the conference season. 2-0. Off speed and in there for a strike, 2-1. Center and right play Reese to pull by about 6 or 7 feet. 2-1 pitch. Fastball missed up and out, 3-1. Auburn leads 11-3. We're in the top of the 5th. Nobody on base, 1 out for the state third baseman. Watts, the second pitcher of the day for Auburn. This is his first inning of work. 3-1. Just outside, ball 4. 1 out walk. And it brings the cleanup man, Noah Sullivan, to the plate. It's the 4th walk issued by Auburn pitchers today. This 5th inning is presented by Wind Creek Casinos. Elevate your game plan to fabulous. Noah Sullivan, the DH, another righty. First pitch to him from Watts on the way, and it's low for ball 1. Play the hottest games and win fabulous rewards at Wind Creek Casinos and on the Casinoverse app. Watts holds the glove against his chest, now gets the call and comes set. The 1-0 delivery. Strike at the knees. Brought it up just a tick and got the strike call. 1-1. Sullivan has singled and scored and tapped one back to the pitcher. "11 homers, 2 this weekend." 1-1 pitch. Down and away, 2-1.
One final on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Florida wins the series against number 5 Arkansas. Gators win today 9-5. Florida now 8-13 in the league. Arkansas falls to 14-7. Texas about to run away with the SEC regular season.
2-1 pitch to Sullivan. Curveball hung up there, and it was fouled back, 2-2.
Texas now has a 5-game lead on the rest of the SEC.
With 9 to go after today. Texas trails early in their game. Texas A&M 2-0.
I guess it's a 4.5-game lead.
Yeah.
They trail 2-0 to A&M. That game's in the top of the 2nd in Austin.
Watts with 2 strikes on Sullivan. He waits. He pitches. It is popped up. Right side, McMurray has a play in fair territory near the line. Backs up a couple steps, makes the catch. He jammed Sullivan for the 2nd out.
You could hear Cooper, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I got it.
All right, 2 away for Hunter Hines. A 1-out walk. That's Reese. He's still at first with 2 down for Hines. He has grounded out twice. He has pulled it on the ground twice. Once to second, once to first. And Fabian moves to the other side of the bag at second. Guevara moves to the short spot. Auburn in the shift right from the start, and Hines takes ball 1 high.
I like that, the short spot.
Mm-hmm. He's not the short stop, but it is that spot on the field. So there we go.
I like it.
Yeah. 1-0. Breaking ball fouled away to the left. Hines way out on that front foot. A ball and a strike. Hines homered in his first at bat in last night's game. That is his only hit of the weekend to this point. Stretch by Watts and the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 1-2. They are taking advantage of Hines' aggressiveness. Hines with 44 strikeouts on the season. That's the most on the team. Stretch by Watts. The 1-2 delivery. Hammered down the right field line. That is into the corner. That's extra bases. Reese heads for third. Irish up with it quickly. And sliding in to second with his 11th double of the season is Hunter Hines. Man, he unloaded on that 1-2 pitch.
Fastball on the inner half, and Buddy Hines knows what to do with that. Good job by Irish to get that ball back in and hold Reese to third base.
And now Everett Tiefert is out. First base is open. Bryce Chance has been on base literally almost every time he's come to the plate this weekend. They've gotten him out twice. So they may be talking about how to pitch him with first base open and an 11-3 lead, but we're only in the fifth. This feels like one of those games. You're going to need every run you can get. Conversation's over.
Boy, if Auburn does pitch to Chance here, be careful.
Yeah. Carl Nonemaker is out, giving the defensive signals to the guys in orange. And Blue and Irish move accordingly. First pitch to Chance. Fastball, swung and miss.
Boy, that's
a little sink to it.
Sure was.
0-1 to Chance. Today, he has singled and walked. He has stolen 2 bases. He's driven in a run and scored a run. Pitch. Chance with a take.
Reed Stallman has grabbed a bat, and he's near the on-deck circle.
He would hit for Dylan Cupp if we get there this inning. Here's the 1-1 to Chance. Line drive, base hit, center field. They pitch to him, and Chance sends it to center. Here comes the throw home. It's not in time. Chance tries to go to second, and they throw him out. 2-run score.
They're going to review the play at second base.
Yes, they will. Regardless of whether this call stands or not, man, they pitch to Chance, and he makes them pay. A 2-run.
Mississippi State is challenging a call at second base of out. This is their first challenge.
It's a 2-run single as it stands, with Chance thrown out at second base to end the inning. But we'll see.
Well, he was vehement that he was safe at second base, Brad.
We get a look here. Now the tag, I don't know. Did Rembert get the hand in there to apply the tag up on the chest?
I could see this one being overturned.
I sure could. Replay reviews are presented by Jackson Services. It's time to review your home's heating and cooling system. Choose Jackson Services. Comfort you can count on. From quick repairs to energy-saving upgrades, Jackson Services keeps Alabama homes running smoothly year-round. Visit jacksonservicesco.com. Jackson Services, an official carrier-authorized dealer.
Chance stayed on the bag. He did not come off the bag, so he is ruled out. It will not be because of that. It will be the original tag.
Can you see the tag applied when he gets his left foot in on the slide?
Yeah, and I'm not sure you can, and
right.
that works against Mississippi State.
Yes, it does, because if Rembert applies the tag, if he applies the tag there on the right thigh, then he's out. Here's the call.
After review, the runner at second base is out. Mississippi State has one more challenge.
Excellent. That's the third out of the inning, but Chance drives in 2, and State gets a little bit closer. They're trying to play the game now that Auburn played last night in just chipping away. Still plenty of ball game to go. Don't go anywhere. 2 runs from Mississippi State on 2 hits and a walk. No errors. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 11-5. Auburn in front. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
War Eagle Auburn family, it's time to join Aubie's Kids Club for this upcoming school year. Your favorite Tigers Kids Club memberships are on sale now. Presented by Chappie's Deli, Aubie's Kids Club offers 2 membership options that give you a t-shirt, a lunchbox, a men's basketball SEC Champions mini pennant, and more. You can also check in at different Auburn athletics events to receive points and earn prizes, only available through Aubie's Kids Club. So what are you waiting for? With memberships on sale now, head to aubieskidsclub.com to join the coolest club on the plains.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big War Eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Auburn has the top of the order due up. Rembert, Terrell, and Irish against Dane Burns. They're going to keep the lefty in there. And we'll see what Rembert, Terrell, and Irish can do against him. State with 2 runs in the top of the 5th. They get to within 6. It's 11-5. Chris Rembert is 2 for 3, a single, a 2-run homer, and a strikeout. His first look at Burns. First pitch, Rembert takes a strike on the inside corner. Fastball at 93 miles an hour, 0-1. Burns off the left side of the rubber. Tigers lead 11-5. Pitch to Rembert. Big cut, came up empty. 0-2.
On the Yellowwood scoreboard, Florida takes the series from Arkansas, wins today 9-5. Kentucky looking for a series win against South Carolina on top 11-5, top of the 9th.
0-2, breaking ball missed inside, a ball and 2 strikes on Rembert.
Vanderbilt trying to get a game in Oxford. The Commodores lead 9-0, top of the 6th in Oxford. LSU on top of Tennessee 6-2. Rubber game of that series, bottom of the 4th in Baton Rouge.
1-2, driven to left. Back goes Fry. He's got room. 1 step onto the warning track. Rembert gave it a ride, but it's out number 1.
Finishing the scoring in SEC baseball today on the Yellowwood scoreboard, Texas A&M 2, Texas nothing. The Aggies looking for a game in that series. Auburn softball today. Tigers fall in the final game against South Carolina 4-1.
Bub Terrell has reached on an error, stolen a base and scored, and he's flied to left a couple of times. Takes ball 1 down and away, 1-0. 9 SEC games left after today, and then it's on to the conference tournament at the Hoover Met. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, foul, past Andrew Dutton at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. All 16 teams are invited to Hoover. New format, a single elimination format for the SEC tournament. Top 4 teams get a double bye. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball right side to the second baseman who boots it, then picks it up and throws, and they get Terrell by a half step at first.
And that's a new for third or second baseman. That's Lucas Buckner at second base.
They were going to hit for Cup last inning, so they replace him with Buckner. It's his first action of the weekend at second base. 11-5 Auburn. 2 outs, nobody on. Burns has come in. He had an inning of work in SEC play before today. He's at an inning and a third. He's faced 4. He's retired 4, and he starts Irish with a strike at the knees. 0-1. Ike has walked and been hit. He has doubled. He has scored all 3 times. He takes ball 1 outside and low. 11-5, Tigers in front. Talking about the SEC tournament. Top 4 with a double bye. 5 through 8 get a single game bye. Irish can't hold up on a breaking ball. Check swing, strike 2. Seeds 9 through 16 play on opening day. Here's the 1-2. Missed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This lefty-lefty matchup. If Ike can reach, it'll give McMurray another chance. Cooper with a couple of hits today. Irish digs in. And the 2-2 pitch. High tapper over the pitcher to the shortstop. Gloved by Reeves. Throws the first baseman off. No, he got back on. Boy, a couple of times today it has looked like Hines has come off the bag, but he's able to get the foot back on in time for the out. And Auburn goes quietly in the fifth. 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers in the fifth. They lead 11-5 over Mississippi State here in the rubber game of the series. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Enjoy baseball and softball season on the plains with live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance. Auburn Sports Network broadcasts are available with no delay at both Plainsman Park and Jane B. Moore Field. Every grand slam, stolen base, and strikeout. Yours with no delay. Look for the live sports radio kiosk around the ballpark. Live sports radio lets you take the broadcast with you at every football game. Plus, home men's and women's basketball games, baseball, and softball. Live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Auburn 11, Mississippi State 5. Auburn got 2 in the first. State got 2 in the second. Auburn got 6 in the second. State got 1 in the third. Auburn got 3 in the fourth. State got 2 in the fifth. And now we go to the sixth. Bottom third of the order for State. Buckner gets his first at bat of the weekend. He replaced Cup defensively in the bottom of the fifth. So he's out there to get his first at bat of the weekend to start the sixth. Buckner has played in, this is his 17th appearance this year. He started a couple of games for Mississippi State, and he singles to left center. Went after a first pitch fastball up and on the outer half at 94 miles an hour, and he singled to left center field. So Buckner sees one pitch and has a hit. State's not going away. They hit the ball too well. And here's Ross Highfill. He has been hit by a pitch and struck out, and here comes Everett Tieford. Parker Carlson is throwing in the bullpen for Auburn. Watts gave up 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk in the fifth. And that'll be it for Watts. So he faces one batter in the sixth, throws one pitch, gives up a base hit, and Watts is out of the game, and Parker Carlson is on as the Tigers make a Conecuh sausage call to the bullpen.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Tigers with the Ford F-150 call to the bullpen to Parker Carlson. Senior right-hander, 6'2", 202 from Mobile, Faith Academy. Parker on the season, 3-1, a 3.38 earned run average. This will be his 12th relief appearance with a save. 18 2/3 innings, 7 runs on 13 hits, 20 strikeouts, only 3 walks. He's given up 3 homers, and opponents are hitting 197 against Carlson. In the SEC, 2-0, a 2.84 ERA. This will be his 6th relief appearance in the league, 6 1/3 innings, 2 runs on 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, a homer, and opponents hitting 292 against Parker Carlson, who gets his first work of the weekend. The numbers on Dylan Watts: an inning, 2 runs on 3 hits, a walk, Through 21 pitches, 12 for strikes, and he's responsible for Buckner at first base.
Carlson faced Mississippi State twice last year. Pitched twice in the series in Starkville, went an inning and 2/3, 1 strikeout. No hits, no runs allowed. Did not pitch against him here 2 years ago. So his third career appearance against the Bulldogs. A leadoff single by Buckner. He's at first. And Ross Highfill, the hitter from Mississippi State.
Parker's last appearance came at Texas last weekend. Went 2/3 of an inning, gave up no runs on a hit in the Saturday finale.
We mentioned that softball's finished with conference play. They do have one more series to go. Every weekend of the regular season in league play, there's one SEC team, because there's an odd number of teams, that has a non-conference series. Well, that happens to be the last weekend for Auburn. They get NC State here this coming weekend at Jane B. Moore Field. And then it's off to the SEC tournament and awaiting word for what's after that. Some good momentum, though, for Chris and Kate Malvo and their team here with 3 series wins toward the end of the regular season.
Played lights out in the non-conference this year.
Sure did.
And that gives them the opportunity for an NCAA tournament bid.
Yep. All right, here is Highfill. Runner at first, nobody out. 6th inning. How about a double play ball? Guevara guards the line at third. First pitch, ground ball to Guevara.
Oh.
He goes to second for 1. And Rembert stumbled coming off the bag at second. And so there is only one play there. That ball was really stung. Guevara handled it well. They get the lead runner, Buckner, Highfill on the fielder's choice.
And I don't know if it was the throw that caused Rembert to stumble or he just stumbled.
Yep.
Might have been a tough play at first base anyway. Ball was hit hard right over the bag. Guevara with a terrific play there and then threw to second to get the lead runner.
Guevara is one of those guys who makes plays look a little easier than they actually are at third. They throw to first. Before Powell bats, let's pause. 10 seconds station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Carlson throws to first again, and back standing is Highfill. Highfill is a threat to run. He has 10 stolen bases this season. Powell has been given free passes in both his trips to the plate today so far. First pitch to him here is a breaking ball in for strike 1. He was walked in the second, was hit in the fourth. Cam Tilley, 4 innings for Auburn in his first college start. 3 runs on 3 hits. Another throw to first. Watts, 1 inning, 3 hits. At the moment, 2 runs. Tilley walked 3, struck out 3. Watts walked 1. Here is Carlson's 0-1 pitch to Powell. Breaking ball hit through the hole left side. It's a single. Highfill stops at second. Powell has his first hit of the game. They had Fabian positioned closer to the bag at second, even with the right-handed hitter. And he hit it through the hole on that left side of the infield. No chance for Derek to get over. First and second. And 1 out. And the top of the order, Garrett Fry. Fry steps in from the left side. And the first pitch to him is low, ball 1. This feels like a basketball game where you lead by about 15 and the clock starts moving slower and slower. You only the 6th inning, starting to count your outs. Tigers on top, 11-5. The pitch. Fry takes it outside, 2-0. 11 runs, 10 hits for Auburn, 5 runs, 7 hits for Mississippi State. One out. Pitch to the leadoff hitter, Fry, way outside, 3-0. A walk would load the bases for Sawyer Reeves. This is that part of the lineup, too, where everybody came in hitting well above 300. Carlson delivers and misses high, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to Fry. And the bases are full of Bulldogs with only one out. Sawyer Reeves coming to the plate. So Reeves to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He's flied out, struck out, grounded out.
Has yet to hit into a double play this season.
Pitch clock down to 4. Carlson deals and gets a called strike inside corner. In the high part of the zone to Reeves, 0-1. 11-5 Auburn. Tigers have out hit the Bulldogs 10-7. We're in the 6th. The pitch. Curveball, check swing, foul off to the right, 0-2. A Bulldog at every base. This Auburn crowd trying to get behind Carlson. The 0-2 pitch from the Auburn right-hander. With the bases loaded and one out. Here it is. Oh, just missed the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. That's been a strike at times today. Wow. And Reeves gets another chance. Runners take their leads from every base. 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball foul, left side. Still a ball and 2 strikes. I think Carson Myers has made his way back down to the bullpen and is throwing again, or is throwing for the first time today. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 3 on, 1 out, 6th inning, 6-run lead. Catcher sets up inside. The 1-2 pitch is flied to right. Irish settles under it in a few steps, makes the catch. The throw comes in to short. A run scores. It's 11-6 on the sacrifice fly for Sawyer Reeves. He drives in his 13th run of the season. Highfill comes home to score. Auburn wisely threw it in to the middle of the infield to keep the runners at first and second right there at first and second. So now 2 down in the inning, and Ace Reese, the leading home run hitter, comes to the plate. Reese is homered today. He's also walked and scored and struck out. 1 for 2 officially. Left-handed batter takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. State with 2 in the 5th, 1 so far here in the 6th to climb back to within 5. 11-6 Tigers. Rubber game of the series. The 0-1. Missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carlson from the stretch. Pitch clock is down to 7. It's at 3. At 2. He pitches, and it is fouled away. 1-2. Now with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Needless to say, this is really big at bat.
This crowd waiting for something to cheer about again. They've had plenty on the offensive side today. They try to help out Carlson. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Parker ready. And the 1-2 to Reese. High and outside. Fastball at 93. See if he's trying to set him up for a slider down and in. He's done a pretty good job of laying off that pitch this weekend, no matter who's throwing it. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Carlson wins the battle, gets out of the jam. 1 run for Mississippi State on 2 hits and a walk in the inning. No errors and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the score Auburn 11, Mississippi State 6. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
If your day sounds like
we need the report ASAP,
you deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
Two more.
you deserve this ice cold bourbon. Modelo, the mark of the fight. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port, Chicago, Illinois.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Bottom of the 6th at Plainsman Park. Auburn leads Mississippi State 11-6. And the middle third of the order due up: McMurray, Guevara, and Steele. Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. Their team of first responders proud to provide first aid care at Plainsman Park and every Auburn Athletics home event. Cooper McMurray has homered and singled. 2 for 3. He is 5 for 11 on the weekend, with 4 RBIs and 4 runs scored. Welcome back, Cooper McMurray. That's a couple of home SEC series in a row where he has put together several hits and several RBIs. Coop leads off the bottom of the 6th by taking ball 1 up and in. That was a slider that just did brush across his right shoulder on its way to the mitt. 1-0.
Dane Burns has done a nice job for State, set down all 5 men he's faced.
1-0 pitch. Low. 2 balls, no strikes. Let's hope he follows the same formula that Ben Davis did, because he also sat down the first 5 he faced. But then Auburn got to him in the 4th. 2-0 pitch. Up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Irish, McMurray, Guevara, Steele all reached to start the 4th inning. 3-0. And there's
my goodness, come on.
Low strike call. 3-1. McMurray,
goodness gracious,
who rarely does this, he evaluates the strike zone as well as anybody you'll find, was tossing the bat away. All right, 3-1. Pitch from Burns. Lined, shortstop there, makes the catch. Reeves backed up and made the grab for the first out. Should have been ball 4.
Yep.
And Burns got another chance and got the out. 1 down here in the 6th. Guevara with a pair of hits and an RBI and a run scored today. He's been on base all 3 times. He walked in the 2nd. Pitch to Eric. Tried to go the other way with it. Fouled it off in front of the, over the Mississippi State dugout. 0-1 to the Tiger third baseman. Guevara's average up to 284. Now 8 for 35 in SEC at bats. 0-1 pitch. Ooh, dropped a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of room in left center. 1-1 pitch, bounced right side and through. Nothing Buckner could do about that. A triple bouncer into right field for Guevara, and he has a 3-hit game.
And 2 of those to the right side in the first and here in the 6th.
And with 1 out, it brings Lucas Steele to the plate. First hit given up by Burns.
Steele will bat right-handed against the lefty.
That is Guevara's first 3-hit game of the season. Second 3-hit game of his career. First pitch, check swing, did not go. Pitch was low. A ball and nothing to Steele. A 2-run single for Lucas in that 3-run 4th inning. Lucas has also walked and struck out. 1-0 pitch to him. Missed outside, 2-0. Lucas is headed back home to Hoover Tuesday to face his former team. Auburn and Samford at the Hoover Met Tuesday at 6.
Tickets available.
Tickets are available. Would love a big, big crowd. This team is searching for its 30th win of the year here today. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball. It was a little down. 2-1 to Steele.
Be the first of 2 trips to the Hoover Met for Auburn. Tigers will be back at the SEC tournament.
Always good to have that game toward the back half of the season just as a primer. Get used to the ballpark. 2-1. Upstairs, 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count for a good hitter. Steele with 2 hits in the series. Didn't play Friday. Went 1 for 3 yesterday. 1 for 2 here this afternoon. 4 RBIs in the series. 3-1 pitch. Strike 2. Fastball. And the count is full.
Fastball with some life. It's a good pitch.
30 pitches from Dane Burns this afternoon. The lefty comes set. Left side of the rubber. Burns looks briefly to first. Payoff pitch hits Steele right in the back. And runners are first and second with 1 out. Wayne State can swing it. You want to keep the pedal down offensively. Here's Cade Ballou.
100%.
Ballou has scored a run. He has driven in a run. He has a single. A couple of fly balls to center. One of those a sac fly. First pitch to Ballou. Swing and a miss. Swung over the top of a fastball. 0-1.
That fastball appears to have some sink to it, Brad.
I agree. Yeah, it's been a good pitch for a guy who hasn't been used much in league play. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He took something off, and he had Ballou on the front foot. No balls, 2 strikes. Freilich on deck. Tigers lead 11-6. Bottom of the 6th inning. Stretch in the delivery. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Ballou strikes out on 3 pitches, 2 down. And Chase Freilich, the batter. It's good to see Ballou in the lineup and in center field today. There was a question. Auburn waited until after batting practice today to make the lineup, and that's not usually the case. They wanted to make sure he was good to go, and he was. Chase Freilich is 1 for 3, a single and a run scored in the second. A 6-run second inning that helped set the tone today. Auburn leads 11-6 now in the 6th. Freilich takes a first pitch strike. And since he hit Steele, 4 straight strikes from Burns. 2 outs, 2 on. Pitch to Freilich. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Derek Fabian would be next. There are 2 outs here in the 6th. Burns delivers and misses outside, 2-1. A good crowd, a good Sunday crowd here at Plainsman Park to watch this really important game. Not quite 7,000 like we saw here last night. Did we get the official count last night?
6,400, I believe.
64, okay. 2-1 pitch to Freilich. Nope, time called. Pitch clock violation. You give a little credit to Guevara dancing around at second base. Burns looked back there a couple of times and took too long. So now the count 3-1 to Freilich. And Chris Lamonis is out to argue the clock.
Finals on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Florida over Arkansas 9-5. Gators take that series. Kentucky beats South Carolina 11-5. Wildcats win that series. Vanderbilt 13, Ole Miss nothing. Ole Miss won that series. A&M and Texas are tied at 2 now in the bottom of the third in Austin.
State head coach finally back in the dugout. We're ready to get back to baseball. 3-1 the count. Pitch to Freilich. He takes it for strike 2. He, like McMurray, was ready to toss the bat away. A couple of low strike calls in this inning. These haven't been strikes the majority of the game.
LSU 8, Tennessee 2. That's the rubber game of the series in Baton Rouge. Rubber game here. Auburn 11-6.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here go the runners. The pitch is grounded foul past first. Now Burns got another chance against McMurray after it looked like he had thrown ball 4 to start the inning. And then McMurray lined out to short. Now after what looked like ball 4 to Freilich. He's trying to get out of the inning. Stretched by the lefty. The pitch. Popped up. Shallow center. In comes Chance. He's called everybody else off, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs on a hit. No errors, 2 left for Auburn. Through 6. Still, Tigers 11, Bulldogs 6. Conecuh Sausage, the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is a game day favorite, always great on the grill. Pick up a pack at your local grocery store or visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama, off I-65 at exit 96. 11-6, Auburn in front. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rubber game of the series in Auburn here at Plainsman Park. Tigers lead Mississippi State 11-6, 9 outs to go. Parker Carlson out there on the mound to try and get at least 3 more of them. Sullivan, Hines, and Chance, middle third of the order for Mississippi State. And here to take you home on a Sunday afternoon. Once again, voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, official ticketing partner of the Tigers. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Noah Sullivan at the plate, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Singled and scored in the second. Tap back to the pitcher in the third. Flied out. Popped out to McMurray at first in the 5th. Parker Carlson winds and fires and misses upstairs for ball 1. 18th pitch for Carlson, who came in after a leadoff single in the 6th. 1-0 delivery. Ball 2 outside and low.
Sullivan, Hines, and Chance. It's a tough trio for Carlson here in the 7th, and Auburn on top 11-6. Wind in the 2-0. Fouled back here. 2 balls and a strike to Sullivan. Noah has homered in his first 2 games of the series. He is 3 for 9, has scored 5 runs, driven home 3. Guevara guards the line at third. Outfield play straight away. 2-1 pitch. Little blooper into shallow right. Rembert ranges out. He's there to make the catch. One down, and here's Hunter Hines. Kept the inning alive in the 5th with a double into the right field corner. Both he and Reese then came home to score on a single by Bryce Chance in that inning. State added another run in the 6th. Auburn up 11-6. Here's a wind in the pitch to Hines. Swing and a miss at one that just dropped out of sight. No balls and a strike. Shift is on for the Tigers. Rembert is 25 yards on the outfield grass. 0-1. Foul. And oh, my goodness. It catches a water bottle, bounces into the air. It's caught by McMurray. I hope everybody's all right. It hit at the end of the Mississippi State dugout. A water bottle went flying into the air, and the ball caromed out to McMurray behind first base. 0-2 to Hines. McMurray guards the line at first. 0-2 pitch. Chopper foul. Oh, and 2 the count to Hunter Hines. Stretch by Carlson. Actually, it goes off the full wind. Here's the pitch. Bounces up there. Ball and 2 strikes to count. Hines hit a 2-run homer here yesterday. It was part of a 4-run first for the Bulldogs. They never trailed. Went on to beat Auburn 12-7. Auburn leads today 11-6. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 7th. Now the 1-2. Did he go? He did not. It missed low. 2-2 the count. Appealed to Eddie Newsom down at third. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hines. Auburn wants to get him out with something off speed. You don't want to throw fastball to this guy if you can stay from it. 2-2. And that's why. Because Hines just leveled one out of here. Goodness gracious, look at this one go.
That is well past the back wall of the bullpen.
And it's 11-7. Hines' second home run in as many days. Man, oh man. That gives him 64 at Mississippi State. Now 3 behind Rafael Palmeiro on the all-time list. That ball was absolutely demolished.
437 feet.
Every bit of it.
Mercy.
11-7 now. And here is Bryce Chance. Wind in the pitch to Chance. Got a low strike call.
Okay. Well, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
10th home run of the year for Hunter Hines. Cuts the lead to 4. Now the 0-1. Ground ball, third base side. Guevara has to back up. Long throw to first. Got it. Nicely played.
Sure was. He is such an important anchor of that infield defensively. He read immediately that he needed to back up on that ball, got to the perfect spot to be able to set and make the throw, and he's got as strong an arm as any third baseman you'll find in the SEC.
And it brings Lucas Buckner to the plate. Came on as a defensive replacement in the bottom of the fifth, and then singled in his first at bat in the sixth. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Carlson winds and fires. Strike on the inside corner. 11 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Auburn. 7 runs, 8 hits, an error for Mississippi State. State has scored in 3 straight innings. 0-1. Buckner takes it low, ball and a strike. Auburn had scored in the first, the second, and the fourth, and the Tigers haven't scored since. Lead 11-7. Carlson steps off as Buckner steps out, and Freilich out in front of the plate. I wonder if there's something with the pitch con.
Well, that was that's what Carlson seemed to indicate there.
Now can Freilich go out to the mound? Apparently he will. In the middle of yesterday's ball game, Chase Freilich took the pitch con that he signals to the pitcher and moved it from his right knee to his left knee. There was some theory that State might be picking up the signs as Chase was relaying those to the pitcher.
Well,
1-1 pitch to Buckner. Fly ball to left. Terrell ranges back about 2 steps. Makes the catch, inning over. A run on a hit. The 11th or the 10th homer of the year for Hines. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning, stretch time. Rubber game of the series, Auburn and Mississippi State. The Tigers lead 11-7. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoTigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
What I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Montgomery is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Montgomery. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLE.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
2 runs in the first for the Tigers. Auburn batted around in the second, scored 6 runs and a couple homers there. Added 3 more in the fourth. Mississippi State has come back with a run in the third, 2 in the fifth, and single runs in the 6th and the 7th. And as Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the 7th, the Tigers lead 11-7. And we will get a pepper tree pitching change for Mississippi State.
Kevin Mannell. Mannell, Mannell. He's a right-hander from Topeka, Kansas. A transfer. He went from Kansas State to Cloud County Community College, and now he's found his way to Mississippi State. Mannell, 6'4", 210, junior right-hander. Mannell on the season, 2-0 in 7 appearances, 12 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, 15 strikeouts. He's hit 3 batters, given up a homer and a triple. Team's batting 179 against Kevin Mannell, an earned run average of 3 even. In SEC play, 1 appearance, 2 innings, 3 runs on 2 hits. One of them was a homer. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Mannell, the new pitcher for Mississippi State. Burns, 2 2/3 scoreless.
Really good.
Gave up a hit, struck out 2.
He kept State in the game thus far.
He's allowed him to get closer, chipping away offensively, for sure.
Derek Fabian will lead it off against the right-hander, Kevin Mannell, a guy from Kansas State and Topeka. I wonder if he and Cooper McMurray have crossed paths before. Pitch.
Chopper left side, third base side, 2 hops. Therese to first for the out.
That is the second time that Auburn has gone up there swinging at the first pitch against a new pitcher and recorded an out.
All right, top of the order. Here's Rembert. 2 for 4 on the day, singled and homered. Stretch in the pitch. On the inside corner, it's a strike. He drops down. It's almost sidearm. Under 3/4. The right-hander, Manel. Pitch. Strike 2.
Right-hander's only hitting $154 against Manel. Fastball, slider, and a cutter.
No balls and 2 strikes. The count. Here comes the pitch. Missed outside. A ball and 2 strikes, or 1-2 the count. 11-7 Auburn. Tigers bat in the bottom of the 7th. Manel shakes off the sign and comes set. Now the 1-2. Strike 3 call on the inside corner. 7th strikeout today for Mississippi State pitching.
And when a new pitcher comes into the game, it's been really tough for Auburn to make adjustments. Was Manel in there just for 2 batters?
2 right-hand batters.
Yeah.
And a lefty, and Terrell is coming up. And I think State's going to go back to the bullpen for a left-hander, and a pepper tree call to the bullpen for Mississippi State.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagles.
It is Robert Fortenberry, a left-hander, on to face Bub Terrell, a left-handed batter. Next 3 in the lineup are lefties. Fortenberry, 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, a junior from Frisco, Texas, and Weatherford Community College. Fortenberry, 4 appearances this year. No record, 3 2/3 innings, 6 runs on 5 hits and a walk. 3 strikeouts. A wild pitch, a hit batter. He's given up a double and a homer. Teams are .333, 5 for 15 against Robert Fortenberry. No record and an ERA of 14.73.
Well, Manel did his job, faced 2 left-handed hitters, got Fabian to ground out on the first pitch, and then struck out Rembert looking.
This is Fortenberry's first SEC action of the year.
And he will get Bub Terrell here in the Auburn 7th with the Tigers leading 11-7 in the rubber game of this series. Auburn won 6-5 Friday night in a game that ended actually Saturday morning. State evened the series last night, winning 12-7. And Auburn leads the deciding game of the series 11-7 with 2 outs and nobody on in the 7th. Bub has flied to left, reached on an error, stole a base, and scored in the 2nd. Flied it to left again and grounded out to 2nd. To face the left-hander, Fortenberry. Fastball appears to clock out at about 90. So location obviously very important for this left-hander. And it's lefties for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
For Auburn.
Yeah, 3 straight.
2 outs, nobody on. Terrell to the plate for Auburn in the 7th inning. 0 for 4 on the afternoon. First pitch. Strike
The trend has been struggle against relievers early in their outings. Davis came into the game. He retired 5 in a row.
Outside on a fastball at 90. 1 ball and 1 strike to Terrell.
Burns retired the first 6 that he faced. And then Manel got both that he faced.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swung over the top of that 75-mile-an-hour breaking ball. But just find a way to get on Bub and turn it over to Ike Irish. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bub Terrell. Fortenberry works up the left side of the mound. The 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. 3 up, 3 down for Auburn in the 7th. The Tigers, as we go to the 8th, lead Mississippi State 11-7. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the orthopedic clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options, but if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the orthopedic clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
Southeastern Industrial Contractors offers the path to a productive and successful career for hard workers of all ages, especially young people looking to jump straight into the workforce. Southeastern Industrial Contractors is now hiring for great-paying skilled trade positions. Managing partner Derek Harville is a proud Auburn University graduate with deep roots in the community. Give him a call at 334-209-6355 to learn more. Southeastern Industrial Contractors, 334-209-6355.
We go to the 8th. Auburn on top 11-7 against Mississippi State, trying to win the series here on a sunny Sunday afternoon. And Auburn goes to the bullpen for Carson Myers, the Bowling Green, Kentucky native, senior left-hander, 6'3", 213. Myers 1-2 in 15 appearances, 14 of those in relief. 1-2 with 3 saves, a 3.73 earned run average, 31 1/3 innings, 28 hits, 15 runs, 13 of those earned. He's only walked 5. He has struck out 40. He has given up 8 doubles and 4 home runs. Teams are batting .235 against Carson Myers. He pitched in Friday's game, went an inning, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 2 hits, including a homer. He picked up the win in Friday's game. And now he is on. Parker Carlson, 2 innings, a run on 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout for the senior from Mobile. 32 pitches, 20 strikes for Parker Carlson. Carson Myers, the 4th pitcher of the game for Auburn, and he will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the 8th inning for Mississippi
Auburn
State.
would love to see Myers get a clean inning here, and then you either get him back out there in the 9th or you go to Hetzler.
Yep.
But you're going to face the best of this order for State before this ball game's over. With Auburn leading 11-7, Ross Highfill will lead off the 8th for Mississippi State.
Myers did not face Highfill in Friday's game. Powell hit a 3-run homer against him.
The lefty Myers winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Heifel hit by a pitch in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 6th. The 0-1. Not sure what that one was. And Chase Fralick turns around, actually looks at the home plate umpire, wondering the same thing. Goodness. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Did he go? He did not. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Highfill. Powell, and then the top of the order for State. 2-1 pitch to Highfill. All 3 inside.
Guevara guards the line at third. Rest of the infield back. Outfield straight away. A 3-1 count to Highfield. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 91.
He took a huge cut at that fastball, too. See if Myers can battle back here. He loves moments like this. He doesn't shy away from competing.
Here is the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call on the outside corner. State can't believe that call. And Chris Lamonis is giving it to the home plate umpire. And
he's giving Heifel a lot of rope, too, to bark at him as he walks back to the dugout.
Nice job come back in that count by Myers, who fell behind 3-1. Got the strikeout. 1 out. Here's Powell. Walked in the second. Hit by a pitch in the fourth. And a singled in the sixth. Number 9, or the 9th in the batting order, catcher awaits the pitch. Here it is. Strike on the inside corner. He's the 9th base hitter. He is the catcher.
Gotcha.
0-1 to Powell. Pitch. Just outside, maybe a little low. Ball and a strike. 1 out, nobody on for Mississippi State in the top of the 8th. Auburn with an 11-7 lead. The wind and the 1-1. Chopper foul.
Auburn trying to get Powell out for the first time today.
He is 3 for 7 this weekend. He's been on base all 3 times today.
And he was on base 3 out of 5 times last night. He was hitting his last 2 at-bats in last night's game.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Powell. It's a lefty on righty situation. Myers, the wind and the pitch. Fly ball into right. Irish back, plenty of room. 2 outs. About 3 steps from the warning track in front of the East Alabama Health sign. Powell retired for the first time today, and now here's Garrick Fry. 4 for 11 coming into today. He's grounded to short, reached on a walk, hit into a 6-3 double play, and has walked. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Myers shakes off a sign. Winds and pitches. Fouled back here. This is not unusual for Carson Myers to come in spite the fact that he's a lefty, to face nothing but right-handers in this order.
Yeah.
We saw him do that against Georgia Tech. Now the 0-1.
Boy.
Ball and a strike.
There's growing frustration, and I think on both sides.
Agreed.
With this strike zone. The perception is it's moving around.
The ball and a strike to Garrick Fry. Here's the pitch. Popped him up. Into left. Bubba Terrell ranges in. 3 up. 3 down for Mississippi State in the 8th inning. We go to the bottom half. Auburn 11, Mississippi State 8, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
The tradition, the rivalry. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
The 8th inning is where we had the bottom half, as a matter of fact, to be exact. Irish, McMurray, and Guevara to face Robert Fortenberry, 5th pitcher of the day for Mississippi State. Got the final 2 outs in the 7th. Actually got the final out in the 7th. And he will now get Ike Irish and Cooper McMurray and then Eric Guevara. If he gets that far in this inning, they have gone righty on lefty, righty on righty, lefty on lefty of late, has State pitching. And Fortenberry, a left-hander, will face 2 left-handers to open this inning, Ike Irish and Cooper McMurray. Ike is 1 for 2 on the day, been on base 3 times, has scored 3 times, doubled off the monster and left in the first and scored. His average sits at .340, 11 homers and 37 runs batted in. Modified shift for Mississippi State to pitch. Irish takes it low for ball 1. Activity in the bullpen for State. Carson Myers set down Mississippi State in order in the top of the 8th. Now the 1-0. Irish tips one to the third baseman. Hit it off the end of the bat. Reese's throw to first is in time. 1 down.
At one point in the final 5 innings of last night's game and the first 4 of this game, Auburn scored in 7 of 9 innings. Just a really strong, the fight to claw back into last night's game and get the tying run to the plate in the 8th. And then to start so strong today. You still got to finish the job, but really set the tone early offensively.
Here's Cooper McMurray pitch. It misses low and away. McMurray tapped out to the first baseman in the first, hit a 3-run homer in the second, singled and scored in the 4th, and lined out to the shortstop in the 6th. Bats with 1 out, nobody on here in the 8th, with Auburn leading 11-7. The pitch. Swing, drive into the gap in left center field. That's trouble. That's going to get all the way to the wall. McMurray around first base, digs for second base. He's in with a double, his 13th of the season. He split the gap into the canyon. His 3rd hit of the afternoon.
6th hit of the weekend.
Well, that's a welcome sign.
It really, really is. That is McMurray's 3rd 3-hit game of this season and the 9th 3 or more hit game of his career.
All right, here's Eric Guevara. Runner at second with 1 out. Stretch in the pitch. Missed inside, ball 1. They stay with Fortenberry against the right-hander, Guevara. Sun now a factor on the left side of the infield, center field, and in left field. 1 ball and no strikes to Guevara. Stretch in the pitch. Strike call on the inside corner, 1-1. Eric singled homer run in the first, walked in the second, singled and scored in the 4th, singled through the right side in the 6th. The stretch. And the 1-1. Swing on a foul tip. Caught by the catcher. A ball and 2 strikes.
It's a good breaking ball. It's the same breaking ball that he had Terrell out in front of last inning. He may throw it again.
Guevara has raised his average to .294 today. Has a runner at second base here. He's behind, a ball and 2 strikes. Comes the pitch. Chopper flat in front of the plate. Pitcher fields, twirls, throws, and got him at first. Good play by Fortenberry. 2 down. And McMurray stays at second base. And it brings Lucas Steele to the plate. He topped it. It got to the infield grass. And Fortenberry did a nice job of getting to the ball, fielding, and then twirling and throwing to first and getting Guevara. He'll take something with 2 outs for Steele. It may come against a new pitcher. Pitching coach Parker is out, and again, Mississippi State will make a pepper tree call to the bullpen.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
The pitcher is Ryan McPherson, a right-hander, a freshman out of Hollywood, Florida, North Broward Prep. McPherson, 6'3", 205. He is 4-0 in 13 appearances, 12 in relief. He has one save, 4-0 with a 2.96 earned run average. McPherson, 27 in the third innings, 19 hits, 12 runs, 9 of them earned. Better than a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. 44 strikeouts, 8 walks. Teams are hitting 184 against Ryan McPherson with 4 homers, 2 doubles. He's thrown 3 wild pitches and hit a batter. McPherson in the league, 4 outings, 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Earned run average of 12. Teams batting .375 in 3 SEC innings against McPherson. He's the 6th pitcher of the day for Mississippi State. Fortenberry, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. 12 pitches, 8 strikes.
State would rather face Lucas Steele as a lefty than leave Fortenberry in there and have Steele bat right-handed. Left-handers are hitting 179 against McPherson. Right-handers 146.
Steele is batting .382 this year with runners in scoring position.
Got Cooper McMurray at second base for Auburn with 2 down in the 8th, and Auburn leads by 4. And you've got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Mississippi State coming up in the top half of the 9th.
One of the questions Auburn has in the 9th is, do you leave Carson Myers out there or do you go to Ryan Hetzler? I don't see Hetzler throwing, so I think it's Myers to start the 9th.
Murray with his lead at second. The stretch by McPherson. Here's the pitch. High and outside. (11-7) Auburn. 2 outs, a runner at second base. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Now the 1-0. Out in front, Steele with a swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. He struck out in the first, reached on a walk in the second, singled home 2 runs in the 4th, and was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Batting left-handed against the right-hander McPherson, who stretches and pitches. Swing, little looper into center field. Center fielder coming on. He can't get there. McMurray will score. And Auburn adds an insurance run off the end of the bat into center field. Lucas Steele. Chance got to the ball, but just could not bring it in. And the Tigers lead 12-7.
Steele is the 4th Auburn player in today's game with more than 1 hit. He drives in his 5th run of the weekend, and that's a 2-out RBI because McMurray, with 2 outs, if there's fewer than 2 outs, he's got to wait and see what's going to happen. But because 2 are out, he's moving on contact, and he's able to score easily.
Here's Cade Ballou. Sacrifice fly back in the 4th. He singled and scored in the 2nd. Pitch on the way. Hitting. And then it ricocheted off the catcher, Powell. Steele goes to second, and that brings Chase Fralick to the plate.
The team leading 17th time Ballou has been hit this year.
And that really wasn't because he was hanging out over the plate, was it?
Nope.
Auburn has added a very important insurance run. Boy, it'd be nice to get a couple more here. Steele at second, and Ballou at first, and Fralick to the plate.
It's interesting right now. The score is 12-7. Last night's final was 12-7. It was a game that State got out to a big early lead, and Auburn just chipped away, and then got to within 4. And State added an insurance run late to make it 12-7. So the games have mirrored each other to this point.
Infield single. He scored in the second. Fralick struck out to end the second. Grounded out to second in the fourth and flied to center in the sixth.
Andy, Auburn is sending Cole Edwards on to run for Steele. So Edwards at second base. Tells you how important they think that extra insurance run could be.
Edwards to run for Steele. Now at second base. Ballou at first. And Fralick at the plate. McPherson stretches and pitches. Strike called on the outside edge. Runners at first and second, 2 outs for Auburn. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 12-7 Tigers. The pitch outside as we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. One to Fralick, misses outside, 2-1. Got a right-hander waiting on deck, but I don't think you're pitching around Fralick to get to Fabian at this point. Out with runners at first and second, 2 outs in the inning. Edwards is the one at second, and Ballou at first. That's good speed on the base paths for the Tigers. 2-1 pitch. Tried to hold up on a slider. He could not. 2-2 the count.
Now he's seen that. And the hope is if he throws it again, he can either lay off or he's good at going down to get them when they're low in the zone that way.
2 down, first and second for Auburn. A run home, 12-7 Tigers. Bottom of the 8th, the 2-2 pitch. Swing, drive to right field, long run for Highfield. It's over his head, off the bottom of the wall. Edwards is home. Here comes Ballou. The throw in is cut off. He scores. 10 double for Chase Fralick. And Auburn increases its lead. It's 14-7.
3 huge insurance runs here in the 8th inning. The Tigers have just kept swinging the bats. They never gave in because they got to 8 runs or 11 runs. They just kept chopping.
And here is Fabian with 2 outs and a runner at second. 3 runs home for Auburn here in the 8th inning. McPherson stretches. And the pitch. Swing and a miss at the curveball.
14 hits for Auburn. Multi-hit games for Rembert, McMurray, Guevara, and Fralick.
A couple homers and 3 more doubles for the Tigers this afternoon. The 0-1. Fabian into right. Highfield over and makes the catch. And the inning comes to a close. 3 huge insurance runs for Auburn in the inning. 3 base hits, no errors, a man left. We go to the 9th. Auburn 14, Mississippi State 7. Stay tuned, friends. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
From the memories we cherish.
Byron waits for the snap for the place. There it is. The kick is up. The kick is good. Auburn wins. 22-19. Oh, my goodness.
To the moments that keep us on the edge of our seats.
They flip it back to Reed, rolling to his right, throws to the end zone. It's dropped. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. 43-41. 4 overtimes. Auburn wins.
This is your home for every touchdown, title, and thrill.
Miles bounces behind the back, throws 3. Yeah! Oh, yeah. The second time in school history, the Auburn Tigers are Final Four bound.
This is the Auburn Sports Network.
A 3 spot for Auburn in the bottom of the 8th, and the Tigers lead by 7 going to the 9th. With Reeves, Reese, and Sullivan coming to the plate for our Mississippi State. And Carson Myers trying to close this one out. He set down State in order in the 8th inning. And he will get the 2, 3, and 4 hitters here in the 9th. There is activity in the pen just in case. I believe that's Hetzler. Auburn would love not have to go to Ryan Hetzler. Just let Carson Myers finish this one out. It is Hetzler that has started to throw in the Auburn pen. Samuel Reeves to the plate. 0 for 3 on the day with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. His first look at Carson Myers today. The lefty winds and fires. Strike called on the changeup on the outside corner. Carson's ready to go. Reeves back in the box. The 0-1. Strike 2. 81 again from Carson. Now the 0-2 to Reeves. Popped him up. Back here. Fralick gives chase, but runs out of room. Falls about 13 feet onto the net that angles back above the Hall of Fame club. Count remains 0-2. Sunshine a factor. Left side of the infield, the outfield, center field to a certain degree as well. Now the 0-2. Upstairs with the fastball at 90. You can see Bub Terrell out there in left. He's shading the sun with a hand right now, even on the pitches home. One-two pitch. Fly ball to center. Ballou in a few steps to his left, one out. And that brings Ace Reese to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. Solo homer right down the right field line in the third. Walked and scored in the fifth. Struck out in the first and the sixth. That home run for Reese was his 15th of the year. First pitch to him. Sweeps outside, a little bit low, 1-0 the count. One ball and no strikes to count. The pitch to Reese. Strike call. Low strike call. Modified shift for Auburn. Fabian pretty close to the second base bag. Guevara well off the line, the 1-1. Fly ball to deep right field. That's another home run for Reese. Over the corner of the Performance Center. His 16th home run of the year. Well, those 3 insurance runs for Auburn look even bigger right now. Third home run of the weekend for Ace Reese. Not much of a doubt on that one. And that makes it a 14-8 ball game. Third home run of the day for Mississippi State. Here's Noah Sullivan. Wind and the pitch to Sullivan. Strike. Like Auburn yesterday, the home runs today for State have all been solo home runs. It's taken a little bit of the sting out of it. Now the 0-1. Foul back here. 0-2 the count to Sullivan. $14 runs, 14 hits, no errors, 7 men left for Auburn. 8 runs, 9 hits, an error, and 6 men left on base for State. 0-2 quickly to Noah Sullivan. Carson Myers winds and fires. This low, ball and 2 strikes. Just in case, Hetzler warming up in the Auburn pen. One out, one in for State. We're in the top of the ninth. The 1-2 count to Sullivan. Here's the pitch. Wow. 2-2. Thought he had the inside corner there. Man, oh man. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson Myers back to work. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Carson. And the Tigers are an out away from a series win against Mississippi State. Auburn has not lost an SEC home series, hasn't lost a home series this year. And within an out of getting another. And here is Hunter Hines. 2 for 4 today with a double and a prodigious home run to right. Pitch on the way. It misses low. 14-8, Auburn leads it. Tigers jumped out with 2 in the first, scored 6 in the second, have never trailed today. The 1-0 to Hines. 2-0. This is a little bit low. And Auburn with a full-blown shift out there with Hunter Hines at the plate. Now the 2-0. Swing and a miss way out in front. 2-1 to Hines. Brad Law will be on the field, post-game interviews. Hopefully after Auburn wraps up this series win. The Tigers are an out away from doing so. Here's the 2-1 to Hines. All 3 low and away. Bryce Chance would like a chance with 2 outs. Now the 3-1 to Hines. Here it is. Chopper foul. Into the state bull or dugout. Hopefully everybody's all right. 2 outs. 3-2 the count. Top of the ninth. This Auburn crowd comes to its feet. Myers the wind and the 3-2 pitch. Chopper to the right side foul. Out in front of the off-speed delivery. Auburn 14, Mississippi State 8. 2 outs, nobody on for the Bulldogs. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hunter Hines. The wind and the pitch. Popped him up. Right side, but this is going to get out of play. On to the grandstand. Off the right side. Hines doing anything he can just to stay alive, get on base. Keep this ball game going. Another 3-2 pitch from Carson Myers to Hunter Hines. Here it is. And he lost it. Lost outside, and Hines to first. And that brings Bryce Chance to the plate. Chance is 2 for 3 on the day. Singled, homer run, stole a base and scored in the second. Walked and stole a base in the third. Singled home 2 runs with 2 outs in the fifth. And grounded out on a really good play by Guevara at third in the seventh. Auburn leads 14-8. Runner at first, the pitch. There's a strike. Carson Myers off the stretch. Auburn does not hold Hines at first. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hines gets a big lead at first. Auburn does it, hold him the 1-1. Fly ball up the right side. That'll get out of play. Off the facing of the 984 stands. And again, Auburn within a strike of a series win. Carson Myers trying to close out Mississippi State. Ahead of Bryce Chance, a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Another foul off the right side, out of play. 14-8, the Tigers lead it. Myers stretches. The 1-2 pitch. Popped him up. Into center. Kate Ballew's underneath this one, and Auburn wins it. An Auburn winner and a series winner today against Mississippi State. Carson Myers goes the final 2 innings. The Tigers get 3 insurance runs in the 8th, and Auburn wins it by a score of 14-8. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles?